The following is a product of Studio 42.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is football time in Texas.
From Studio 42 on HoweEnterprise.com, this is Howe Bulldogs football.
The monkey is off the back. All toes are on the ground. 22 stops in 22.
Howe Bulldogs football is brought to you by Scoggins Funeral Home, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, Independent Financial, GC Easy, Sonic of Howe.
And Rattler just barrels over a defender and goes Superman at the 32-yard line.
Also brought to you by Michelle Castle Guild Mortgage, Atmos Energy, Corey Hernandez State Farm, Rapid Electric, Brother Plumber, Attorney Micah Belden.
Been caught in the middle of the end zone in the back corner. It's Cooper Jones, and it's touchdown time in Texas.
Also brought to you by Howe Athletic Booster Club, Linda Hamill Insurance, Michelle Carney Photography, Kit Exteriors LLC, TechWave, Night Furniture, Bullard Construction.
And Howe says they have the football. Howe has the football.
Also brought to you by All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights, Texoma Land and Home Realty Team, Goodfellas Barbershop, Don Smokehouse.
Haley's going to keep it up the middle. He's in. It's touchdown time in Texas. Austin Haley, who usually does it with his arm, does it with his feet.
Now let's open the Rapid Electric tailgate party and join the voice of the Howe Bulldogs, Monty Walker.
Yeah! I love winning, man. I love winning. You hear what I'm saying? It's like better than losing.
Green Day has awoken as September has ended. District play begins. Howe sits with a 4-1 record and are steamrolling into district play with a 68-14 win over S&S. But so is Leonard, who also sits at 4-1 and have won 4 straight. It all gets more serious when the calendar months hit double digits. Tonight, Howe has one goal and one goal only. Light it up.
You're listening to the Rapid Electric tailgate party.
Here's some things to never mess with if you're not a trained professional. Caging a bulldog. Removing copperheads. And electricity. Don't get shocked. Call Rapid Electric. Rapid Electric is here for all your electrical needs. Just like you wouldn't try to become a pro boxer or president. Not a joke. You need a pro to keep your electricity humming. Don't get shocked. Rapid Electric serves the Grayson County area. Call them at 903-421-8100.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, an old-school black and white Howe Bulldog. In criminal defense, you need someone who fights like a bulldog. Call me now if you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas. My number is 903-744-4252. We'll set up a free consultation. You will find out that I'm rough, tough, and I can't get enough. I'm board certified in criminal law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas. Visit my website at shermancriminallawyer.com.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
You might know that State Farm agent Corey Hernandez has great service. Corey is your good neighbor after all. But did you know State Farm has surprisingly great rates too? That's right. State Farm agent Corey Hernandez is here to help you select the right protection at the right price. Corey will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. Call State Farm agent Corey Hernandez at 903-893-8400 or visit insurancequotetexoma.com. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're listening to the Rapid Electric tailgate party. Let's join Blake the Blizzard Burnett for today's District 8 3A Division II Roundup. Roundup is brought to you by Don's Smokehouse.
Howdy folks, welcome to the District 8 3A Division II District Roundup. It is time that we have all been waiting for. It's put up or shut up time for these 6 teams in the district. Time to separate the men from the boys. It's like the first day of pads during two-a-day, but it's against your opponents instead of your teammates. District football is finally here. This is what all the summer workouts come down to, all the days in the 100-plus heat. Who wants it more starts now. The battles over the next 5 weeks will be legendary for these student athletes. This is where school legends are born. Our first matchup in the district tonight will be at Panther Stadium in Bells, where they will host the number 1 team in all of 3A, the Gunner Tigers. Bells will be lining up in their slot T, which is kind of the team that beat Gunner in the state championship last year. Gunner will be lining up in their pistol option, hit-you-in-the-mouth, action-packed offense. This has all the tools to be an instant classic tonight. The second matchup we have tonight has everything you need to be an all-time classic. Leonard, who has been in the playoffs many times over the last few years, will be heading to Bulldog Stadium to take on the Howe Bulldogs, who have been turning a lot of heads in the state so far this season. Both teams are 4-1 on this season. I honestly see this game coming down to a special teams play late in the game. A legend will be born here tonight. The third and final game we have tonight is Blue Ridge in their high-quality rushing attack taking on Lone Oak. Lone Oak has been struggling this season but looks to get the upset over Blue Ridge tonight. Blue Ridge looks to keep hitting their stride as their offense has been hitting on all cylinders over these last 4 games. Everyone traveling out to these games tonight, be safe, and let's pray all the players are safe as well. Have fun, and let's have a great action-packed tonight in this district.
Today's District 8 3A Division II Roundup is brought to you by Don's Smokehouse.
Don's Smokehouse is located in downtown Howe and is a full-service butcher shop.
You're listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party.
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage Company, Equal Housing Opportunity Company, NMLS number 3274. Michelle Castle, NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
You're listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party. Welcome to the Linda Hamill Insurance Coach's Corner. Now let's join Monty Walker with Howe Bulldogs head coach Lance Bryan.
All right, Coach, it's been a while since we've had a Coach's Corner. Big bye week. What'd you do during it for the time?
You know, we still practiced and got ready for district. We did pull back. We didn't practice quite as long. We gave the kids a little bit more time off and let everybody kind of recharge the batteries a little bit. But, you know, we still went to work and, you know, got ready for this game. And, you know, we had film on them and they had film on us. We had some common opponents. And so, you know, we were able to get an idea of kind of what they do, and they probably did the same. And so we started practicing against some of the things that they do and trying to lock in our game plan a little bit early and, you know, give us an extra week of preparation.
So during the bye week, it seems like such a long time between games. Sometimes can you overthink the next opponent? Can you get in the room and start overthinking things at times?
100%. I know all of us coaches have talked a lot that we've probably watched more film these last couple weeks than we ever would, and you know your opinion changes because sometimes you think like, man, they're really good, or man, I think we can really get this, and then you watch them again and then you go back and watch last year's films even to see what's different and what's changed, and you can definitely overanalyze it. But one thing that we've tried to be really good at is, you know, focusing on what we need to do, you know, with this year's team and with this group, and not, you know, overthink the opponent so much, you know, concentrating on what we need to do well, and that's kind of been our focus.
So the last time we had a Howe Bulldogs football game was at S&S, 68-14 win. It was one of the wins that you needed, complete domination, offense, defense, and everything. Talk about that.
You know, it was a great game, and I know, like, you know, 68 points is a lot of points to score, and you know, our offense was definitely clicking, but the defense really put them in a lot of good positions. We had 4 interceptions, and and we returned one for a touchdown. And so we gave the offense a lot of really good field position. Defense only gave up about 120 yards of total offense. And so, S&S put together a couple drives, but, for the bulk of the game, the defense I thought played really well. And, we were able to get better at some things that, they had a game plan and they had some stuff that they were exploiting against us, which was good for us to be able to recognize and have adjustments for, because other teams are going to do similar things probably down the road. But it was nice to, it's always good going into by district. You sit on a win for 2 weeks, and it's good to have a nice big win and kind of ride that momentum to the bye week.
So Carson Daniels, he's playing a different role than in years past. Still carrying the ball, not as much, but he's really settled in as the anchor on defense. Talk about him and his play, especially lately at S&S. He had a huge game.
We talked a lot, before the season. I talked about how roles might change, based on personnel and different philosophies and decisions. And being a defensive-minded coach, when I came in, me and Carson talked, and I was like, it's like you're not subbing out at linebacker ever. I was like, it's just too important of a position on our team. And so, and he owned it, because he played linebacker here in the past, but he very rarely came off the field. And when you play that many plays, you're going to get tired, and that's tough to play at a high level. Every single play down in, down out, especially at a position like running back and linebacker. And so he has a little bit lesser role on offense, but it's still a vital role, because he comes in, he spells Antoine, but he also is our fullback, H-back, and we do some things to get him the ball in that way too. But one of the biggest things is that he's our defensive captain. He calls our strength. He gets our blitzes set up. He's the guy that's the leader on that defense. And so, his role might be lesser on offense, but his overall team role is actually probably a lot bigger. And so guys really look to him for leadership, and he's really owned that role. And we use his unselfishness as an example, because not everybody can touch the ball every play. There's going to be 10 guys that are going to be blocking for somebody else, and the 11 guys on defense only touch the ball if the offense happens to give it to you. And he's really owned that, and that's something that we've definitely highlighted in our meetings and things whenever that's come up. And I personally told him several times, his leadership, with his unselfishness and everything like that. I think it's really big in building the culture that we're trying to build here, and he's had a big role in that.
We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Hi, this is Matt Linder with Linda Hamill Insurance. Your home field is where everything happens. And I'm not talking about Bulldog Stadium. We're talking about your home, your car, and your life. For over 30 years, we've been offering bundle discounts on home, auto, and life. We offer Germania and Progressive insurance protection, as well as many others to suit your needs. Call us today at 903-965-4098 or come by and see us at 106 North Broadway in Bells, Texas. That's 903-965-4098.
All right, Coach, bye week, lots of game film that you talked about earlier. What do you see from Leonard?
They're really talented. They've played two different quarterbacks, and one of them's really talented kid. He's now looks like he's moved to receiver. They brought in a freshman. He reminds me of probably what Austin Haley looked like as a freshman. Super talented kid, and he has a pretty good grasp of the offense, and he kind of manages that side of the ball really well. It's definitely a different look with him at quarterback versus the guy that originally started. But the guy that originally started at quarterback, when he goes out to receiver, he's definitely a guy that we're going to have to prepare for and have a plan for. And they're really big up front. They have really good offensive line. That they've got some massive bodies up front, and they rotate some running backs, but the main running back is a really big, thick kid, and so he's going to be tough to take down. And so they're going to be pretty good on offense.
Well, talking about the freshman quarterback, we experienced that with Austin here several years ago. Do you try to get in his head early in the game?
Hopefully things go our way early, and it gets into all their guys' head a little bit. You always want to gain momentum early and try to put your foot on the pedal quickly. I would bet he's got an older brother that's on the team, and if they're trusting him to be the starter as a freshman, I'm sure. Again, I bet it's like a Haley situation. I'm sure he's ready for the moment, or they probably wouldn't have trusted him to do it. But just like everybody says, rookie quarterback in the NFL, or freshman, or a young guy in college and freshman in high school. I mean, obviously that's we're hoping that we can get some momentum early and make them doubt maybe some of the things they're doing. But that's what every coach wants to do. They always want to jump up on somebody early. So hopefully if we get things rolling, then maybe they won't be clicking quite as good as they have been.
Now, this is the biggest game at Bulldog Stadium since October 2016. Your seniors were in 6th grade that year. This has the kind of feeling leading up to the game, somewhat of Honey Grove, except this time it's at home. And, your team has already
on something to make it to where that is the biggest game right now. And so we kind of look at it week by week. Every week's a big game because we want to win, and that's all that we worry about. So we try to build up every game. Playing in front of home crowds that have been big, I think will definitely help us because this won't be the first time we've had packed stands. Our fans have been really, really great this year, and they've traveled, and we packed up the visitor side at SNS last week, and I know it wasn't a very big it was standing room only, get people all along the pipe rail fence, and that's awesome. And our kids really feed off that, and so we're definitely looking forward to a big crowd, and I definitely think that plays to our advantage.
Today's Coach's Corner has been brought to you by Linda Hamill Insurance. You're listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party.
Hi, this is Matt Linder with Linda Hamill Insurance. Your home field is where everything happens, and I'm not talking about Bulldog Stadium. We're talking about your home, your car, and your life. For over 30 years, we've been offering bundle discounts on home, auto, and life. We offer Germania and Progressive insurance protection, as well as many others to suit your needs. Call us today at 903-965-4098 or come by and see us at 106 North Broadway in Bells, Texas. That's 903-965-4098.
Who's your local plumber? Brother Plumber. It's good to know someone local and someone you can trust when your home or office drops the ball.
Mainline break, 15 yards.
Brother Plumber is plumb professional and serves not only Howe, but also all of Grayson County. And you can save yourself 10% if you mention Go Bulldogs. Visit us online at brotherplumber.com. We'd love to help. Brother Plumber is one call away at 469-968-4487. Visit us online at brotherplumber.com. Remember, Go Bulldogs.
You're listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party. Let's join Monty Walker in the opposite corner with tonight's opposing head coach. The opposite corner is brought to you by Michelle Carney Photography.
Joined now with Leonard head coach Justin Dozier. Coach, a lot of people like to know the journey of, how you get to where you are. Tell us, where you went to high school and your journey to Leonard.
Well, the journey's been pretty fun, to say the least. Graduated high school from Whitewright, just right down the road, so kind of familiar with Leonard because I grew up playing him. And then after that, went to Sam Houston State, GA'd there for a couple of years. And then kind of at that point, I decided that I wanted to be a high school coach. And so my wife now, Christy, we were both down in Huntsville, and so we loaded up and came back up here to Allen. And my first year I was a junior high coach at Allen, and spent 3 years there, moved my way up to the high school, was part of the first state championship in 2008. Had a really good time, learned a lot of football. And then at that point, our defensive coordinator, Terry Gamble, got the Midway head coaching job down by Waco. And so I loaded up and moved down to Waco and went down there with him and spent a few years down there, had a lot of success, a lot of great memories. Had a chance to play in another state championship in 2011. Unfortunately got beat, but wanted to move back up to the Metroplex area. So we moved back up, took the offensive coordinator job at Van Alstyne, which is a smaller school. Spent 2 seasons there, and then Coach Gamble got the Allen job in 2016, and we went back to Allen and spent 5 years there. Won a lot of football games, won a state championship in 2017, and then after the 2020 season, in that spring, Coach Gamble and Coach Williams. Steve Williams was the athletic director. They decided to retire, and so they hired Chad Morris, and had an opportunity to stay and coach under Chad Morris. But the defensive coordinator, Corey Kane, that had been there for many years, ended up getting the Sherman job and asked me and another coach, Coach Gill, to go with him, and we decided that was a good time with all the change and all that, So we went to Sherman last year. I was the offensive coordinator there, and then when this Leonard job came open, I think I sent my resume in the last day it was open, and because I thought about it and talked to my wife, and because I had applied and interviewed for quite a few head coaching jobs, and some were a good fit and some weren't, and so I decided to throw my name in the hat, and here we are today. So I was fortunate enough to get it, and here we are.
In Allen, what's the feeling like being on that field and that monstrous stadium on a Friday night?
It's a fun place to coach, that's for sure, and a fun place to play. There's not many places like that at the high school level that's comparable across the country. Allen's the biggest high school in the state of Texas. Football is very, very important there. It has great community support, and on a Friday night, especially if it's a big game, there's not an open seat in the house, and so it's a fun place. It's a electric atmosphere, and so it's like I said, that place, whenever it's sold out on a Friday night, the kids, the coaches, everybody, it just kind of gives you some goosebumps.
I bet. Now, your move from Allen to Sherman, as you mentioned, came with Corey Kane. How much of an influence has he been on you over the years?
Well, we've worked together for quite a few years. He was there my first stint in Allen. I left, and when we left, he ended up taking over the defensive coordinator job. And then when Coach Gamble got the job in 2016 and we went back, obviously he was still the defensive coordinator, and he had been there for many years, and we'd worked together, for many years. Obviously he was on the defensive side of the ball and I was on the offense. But we had a really, really close-knit staff at Allen. It didn't matter if you were on the offense or defensive side. We were in the trenches together, and whenever you work with somebody for that long a time frame, you get to know each other in other ways, and he's been a big influence on me, as well as Coach Gamble, Coach Williams. I mean, I would definitely not be where I am today without guys like that.
So Leonard's had success recently, and Shane Fletcher did a great job over there for many years. When you got there, what did you find when you opened up the hood?
Just a good competitive program. I made that known in the interview process that I didn't really know Coach Fletcher that well. I kind of knew who he was, but I knew guys that had worked for him or known him in the past, and spoke highly of him. And I told him in the interview that Coach Fletcher had been here a long time and had some success, and this wasn't a broke program by any means, and so I just respect everything he's done, and just try and come in and not screw up the things he's done, and just try and build on what he's done, So I mean, it wasn't broke when I got here, that's for sure.
You're coming from big schools and now we're at 3A Leonard. How big of a transition has it been for you?
I would say it's a huge transition. I mean, obviously you're going to have athletes that are going to be involved in more things outside of football. Even at Allen we had multi-sport athletes, but for the most part, right here at Leonard, you got kids that are playing multiple sports and also involved in multiple things with the school, and we had a lot of that, at the bigger school, but it wasn't as many, but at the end of the day, there's still 11 guys on the field, and football's football. You're just going to have to kind of figure out guys playing both ways and stuff like that, but for the most part, it's not that big of a difference.
So district opener tonight, it's a pretty tough district. How important is it to get off to a 1-0 start?
It's huge. Howe's a good football team. They've had a lot of success this year. Coach Bryant and his staff has done a great job over there, turning that thing around and getting them going. And so this isn't going to be the first district game I was looking for. I can promise you that, because Coach Bryant and those guys got it going over there, and we just hoping to show up and compete and give it our best and see what happens.
So both teams coming in at 4-1. I would estimate this is other than the Gunner Bells matchup, this is all eyes are going to be on this around the district. What do you think we're going to see tonight between these two teams?
Hopefully you're going to see some hard playing high school football players, because it's important to win, and like you said, it's important to get off to a 1-0 start, and every week's going to be a battle in this district. I think, from obviously Gunner and Bells are really good, and then the rest of the teams, they're scrapping and fighting for playoff spots. So every week's going to be a dogfight.
The Opposite Corner is brought to you by Michelle Carney Photography. You're listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party.
Independent Financial is proud to support Howe ISD and their hardworking students, teachers, and staff. We share your vision for a brighter tomorrow and a championship season. For every challenge, Independent Financial has you covered. Our team can suggest a wide range of financial products to make your personal banking fast and easy. Plus, we have the know-how to deliver the game-changing business banking solutions. Independent Financial, your community in your corner. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, it's me, Gus the Gopher for Atmos Energy. I dig all around the yard. Occasionally, I bump into a utility line and get a headache. But if you hit one with your shovel, backhoe, or ditch digger, you could cause a gas leak, disrupt service, or worse. So call 811 at least 3 business days before you or someone else digs in your yard to have those underground utility-owned lines marked. It's free and it's the law. You dig what I'm saying? For more on safe digging, visit atmosenergy.com/811.
Austin Haley's coming to the sidelines.
Oh no, let's hope Haley's okay. Caroline, can you get the mic in there?
Coach, I'm starving. I can't keep going.
But you're the starting quarterback.
Coach, I can't help it. I need something quick.
Hang on. Doreen, quick. Go to Sonic, get a burger, tots, and a shake.
Make it an M&M blast.
Doreen, make that an M&M blast. Large.
Coach, I'm sorry, but Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles. It's not just good.
I know, it's Sonic good. Hang on, Doreen, bring me some onion rings. Those things really bring the hammer down.
You're listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party. Today's Howe Bulldogs Flux Capacitor is brought to you by Quick Check Convenience Stores. Now let's join Monty Walker with a time travel through Bulldogs history.
October 7th has not been very kind to the Howe Bulldogs over the years. Overall, Howe has won 3 and lost 11. The first game played on this date was back in 1948 when Howe was blanked at home by Whitesboro, 20-0. It was the final season Howe would play for 10 years. In 1966, Howe remained undefeated by edging out Fannondale 20-18. Jimmy Billy scored 2 touchdowns on the winning 2-point conversion that night at Bulldog Stadium. In 1977, Howe won at Aubrey 13-6 behind Ken Helvey's 114-yard performance. In 1983, Howe lost at state-ranked Farmersville 19-6, and in 1988, Howe lost to Salina 28-7 at home. In 1994, the Dogs were blanked at Whitewright 22-0, and in 1999, Howe won at Anna 45-18 as Michael Evans caught 2 touchdown passes from Ryan Johnson. In 2005, Howe lost to Blue Ridge 20-7, and in 2011 lost to Paradise 14-9. The last game played on this date was a 35-7 loss at home to Pottsboro in 2016. Howe is 11-16 overall versus the Leonard Tigers. Scoring is nearly even, with Howe putting up 490 points to Leonard's 506. The Bulldogs won the last meeting back in 2015 when Howe was in Division II by a score of 34-13. This came after losing a heartbreaker in overtime 27-21 the previous season. The first matchup between the schools took place October 20th, 1961, in between the cedar trees at Leonard, where the Tigers took a 41-0 win. The Tigers won the next 7 games in a row before Howe finally beat the Tigers for the first time in 1973. That night at Bulldog Stadium, Jackie Monk rushed for over 200 yards and 2 scores, and Howe finished the season with a 6-4 record after a 33-20 win.
Today's Howe Bulldogs Flux Capacitor is brought to you by Quick Check Convenience Stores.
Quick Check Convenience Stores, moving small towns forward. Family owned and operated in North Texas since 1977.
You're listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party.
Here's some things to never mess with if you're not a trained professional. caging a bulldog, removing copperheads, and electricity. Don't get shocked. Call Rapid Electric. Rapid Electric is here for all your electrical needs. Just like you wouldn't try to become a pro boxer or president. Not a joke. You need a pro to keep your electricity humming. Don't get shocked. Rapid Electric serves the Grayson County area. Call them at 903-421-8100. Baker Air Conditioning and Heating has been in business in Howe for over 50 years. They even predate the volleyball program and the marching band. Norman Dickey was the new coach when they opened up. Baker Air Conditioning and Heating has been able to serve the good people of Howe and surrounding areas because, well, they're good people. If you've been told you need expensive repairs, get a second opinion with Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. Call 903-532-6255 or see them at 215 Denny Street. Baker Air Conditioning and Heating.
From Studio 42 on HoweEnterprise.com, this is Howe Bulldogs Football. Today's scene setter is brought to you by Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, proud partner of Bulldogs Athletics.
I used to coach here. You might have heard. It wasn't really that long ago. I was hired on the hollow grounds of Bulldogs Stadium, and my life changed forever. I coached Bulldogs who had enormous pride for their school and town, and now they have Bulldogs carrying the torch and bringing the hammer down. Tonight begins the most important portion of every season. No more waiting, no more talking, no more speculation, no more anticipation, no more.
Caught by Omer at the 40-yard line. Oh my gosh, what a catch by Ryan Hoff. He's gang tackled by Bryce Crosby, and Howe says they have the football. Picked off Matt Hayes at the 41.
If the Howe Bulldogs want to raise a gold football in November, it must begin tonight. In games as important as this one, you get to play a big part. You get to play a big role. It's the first meaningful district game at Bulldog Stadium in 6 years. And I'm asking you, Bulldog Nation, to join me on the hollow grounds of Bulldog Stadium and scream and yell and ring those bells for the Howe Bulldogs. Get motivated, get dedicated, get rough, and get tough. It's Leonard at Howe, and it's football time in Texas.
Today's scene setter is brought to you by Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, proud partner of Bulldogs Athletics. You're listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party. From Studio 42 on HoweEnterprise.com, this is Howe Bulldogs Football. You've been listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party. Football time in Texas is just moments away. Now, with the call of the game, here's the voice of the Howe Bulldogs, Monty Walker.
Well, if you can't get up for this game right here tonight, you might want to call your doctor's office and set an appointment for Monday, because this one has everything riding on it. It's, yes, the first district game, but if you don't take care of business in this one, you've got Gunner and Bells looming in the next 2 weeks. You need to get a win tonight to start district play, Justin White.
I've been geared up for this game since S&S 2 weeks ago. I mean, it feels like it's been a month since we last played a game. And so, yeah, it all starts tonight. The games start counting tonight. You don't want to put yourself in a hole from the beginning. This is a winnable game, but it starts tonight. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's ready to go. I'm looking forward to this broadcast, this game.
Yeah, this is going to be a huge one. I've got Jake Roberts to my left, the engineer and producer and highlight coordinator and everything else. Justin White to the left of him, the color analyst. Up above us is Blake Burnett. He's on stats tonight. And on the field, of course, is Caroline Slauson. Blake, let's hear from you for the first time tonight. This is going to be one of those games that we haven't seen in a while at Bulldog Stadium. It's been a very long while since we've had a big game like this.
It's the biggest game of these players' whole career tonight for Howe. They've never been an atmosphere quite like this one, where the first district game means everything to them.
Yeah, this one is by far the biggest game that they've played. A lot of these kids are 3-year, 4-year starters, and they've never played a game quite like this. Howe hasn't won a district game in almost 3 years. It was October the 19th, 18th, 2019. Against Lono. That's how long. That's when the losing streak began the next week. And it's been a long time since Howe's had an opportunity to win a district game here. And tonight presents itself that way, but Leonard is very, very good. They're also 4-1 coming in here to Bulldog Stadium, Justin.
You know, but I think that at some point, Howe's going to go out there and it's just football. Just what they've been playing the last 4 or 5 weeks. Just go out there and it's still a football game. You get all the jitters, get all the butterflies out, and then at some point you go out there and it's just a game of football.
I agree, and we're going to have to go over the starting lineups. Your hit exterior starting lineup for Howe on offense. We'll start there first. Up front is Jesus Garcia. He'll get the start tonight because starter Roman Garbrandt is in Russia with family. So Jesus Garcia, your starter tonight. He's a junior at left tackle. The left guard, Aiden Burris, the senior. The center, all-district honorable mention, junior Malin Walker, 3-year starter. The right guard, Brody McCollum, is a senior. And the right tackle, junior Michael Riddle. The wideout on the left side, senior Ryan Huff. He has 9 catches for 212 yards, 2 touchdowns on the season. Career 42 catches, 664 yards, and 7 touchdowns. The wide receiver on the right side is Cooper Jones. 13 catches for 324 yards this season and 6 touchdowns. Career-wise, 70 catches, 1,106 yards, and 8 touchdowns. He's also rushed for 88 yards on 12 carries. The slot receiver on the left will be Colin Murphy, 11 catches for 145 yards. He has not yet reached the end zone, but he's also rushed 5 times for 36 yards, the junior Colin Murphy. The right slot, Braden Ulmer, 12 catches, 196 yards, 2 touchdowns. And he has 4 carries for 24 yards for the sophomore Braden Ulmer. The running back tonight, Antoine Rattler, the game changer. He's a senior, 83 carries, 625 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Howe's already rushed for more yards this season than they did a year ago. He's also caught 3 balls for 43 and has 2 touchdowns on the ground. But when you're talking about Howe's offense, you're talking about Austin Haley. He's 33 yards away from 5,000 career passing yards tonight. He's 51 out of 79 this year, 2 interceptions, which neither one of them were his fault, 962 yards and 13 touchdowns. He's also rushed 32 times, 289 yards, and 4 touchdowns on the ground. Career-wise, 338 for 605, 21 interceptions, and 4,967 yards, 46 career passing touchdowns, 4 away from 50 for his career. That's your hit exterior starting offense for the Howe Bulldogs.
All right, let's go to the defense for Leonard. Starting on the defensive line is a junior, 6'1", 215-pound Russell Murphy. The nose tackle, we'll talk about him a lot tonight. He's going to be all over the field. Number 72, a 6'1", 245-pound senior Braden Harris, who's a 4-year starter. Other defensive tackle is Bryson Bush. He's a sophomore. Outside linebackers are Trent Newby, a senior. And other outside linebackers, Andrew Kramer. Inside linebackers are Malik Harris, a sophomore, and Ja'Cory Bush, a senior. In the secondary, at safeties, are Ethan Richardson and Mason Underwood. And at cornerbacks are Cam Armstrong, a senior, and Randy Slaughter, a junior. That's your starting lineup defensive lineup for Leonard.
You're listening to the Rapid Electric tailgate party. Up front for your hit exterior starting lineup for Howe's defense, Tank Turner, the sophomore, Malin Walker, the nose guard, and Bryce Crosby, the defensive end. Outside linebackers are Bo Stevens, who leads the team in tackles with 57, and Cooper Jones on the other outside. The 2 inside backers, Braden Ulmer, the sophomore, and Carson Daniels, the anchor senior, in the middle. Cornerbacks tonight, Tristan Williams, the sophomore, and Garen Langford, the other sophomore. I wouldn't say other. I mean, Garen Langford's not just other, but the 2 sophomores at cornerback. and free safety Austin Haley, and the strong safety Matt Hayes. You'll see, you might see Matt Hayes play a little bit of linebacker tonight, from what I understand, but that's your hit exterior starting defense for the Howe Bulldogs.
All right, let's go to the starting lineup for Leonard on offense. On the offensive line, left tackle is Braden Harris. He's a senior. Junior Crawford Beebe, that's at left guard. At center is Braxton Armstrong, a sophomore. Right guard is Jackson LeCook. And then at right tackle is junior Russell Murphy. Wide receivers are Cam Armstrong. He's got 11 catches for 250 yards and 4 touchdowns. Other wide receiver is Ethan Richardson. He's got 10 catches for 161 yards and 4 touchdowns. The 2 slot receivers, Trent Newby, a 5'9", 150-pound senior, 12 catches for 130 yards and a touchdown. Randy Slaughter, the other slot receiver, junior. Running back is Ja'Cory Bush. He's a senior. And then leading the offense, a freshman, 5'10", 155 pounds, is Jacoby LeCook.
So Leonard is led by head coach Justin Dozier. It's his first year as a head coach. He got the job this past year. He's 4-1. Former offensive coordinator at Sherman, previously held that position at Allen. He's originally from Whitewright, went to Sam Houston State and graduated there. Began at Allen at junior high for 3 years, moved up to high school. They were state champions in 2008. He moved on to Waco Midway, where they had a state championship loss in 2011. He took the OC job at Van Alstyne for 2 years and then back to Allen in 2016 for 5 years. They were state champs again in 2017. On the other side is head coach Lance Bryan for the Howe Bulldogs. He's also 4-1 in his career. These are 2 brand new head coaches. He's Howe's 27th head coach overall, originally out of Gainesville, played for the Leopards, played at Hardin-Simmons, most recently the DC at Sanger. His first job was at Carthage in 2010, and then Jasper in 2011, Hutto from 2012 to 15, and then DC at Baytown, 6A Baytown, 2016 to 17. He went to SNS for a year as the DC and then on to Sanger. And he's got the wife here, employed by the district, and his kids are in school here. He is vested in Howe, Texas, and he's ready to light it up every week. It's been the motto from head coach Lance Bryan, light that victory light. That's what he wants to do.
I like that. He said they don't have really any goals. It's just to light it up. That's what their motto and their mantra is this season.
The Howe Bulldogs are in the end zone doing some stretching. We haven't talked to Caroline yet. Let's do that for the first time tonight. Caroline, take it away. What's the atmosphere down there? Paint the picture.
There is a lot of nerves down here. I'm not going to lie to you. Everyone I've talked to is nervous. They know how big of a game this is, and this is like it. You know what I mean? Friday night football personified. You know, even the Blizzard in his District 8-3A roundup, you could tell he was a little pumped, and it was a little different. Even, I took when I first heard it, I'm like, nah, the background music that I normally use is not going to work this week. You could tell the juices were flowing when he was cutting that spot. It's I don't know, it's good. It feels great out here. It's a good night. We're all it's very quiet, actually.
Wind's blowing a little bit too, wasn't it? Or is it still now?
Yeah, it feels good though. Not like Z.
It is. You're really quiet. I think everyone is anticipating something special tonight. It's just one of those nights that we haven't seen a big game like this in Howe in 6 years, since October 2016. It just has that feel about it tonight, Justin White.
Yeah, the game feels that way, and I was saying this to you guys off the air. This last part of the season, this final stretch, these last 5 games, it's going to be fun. They're playing some meaningful football. The last couple of years, they've had issues with just playing bigger schools, just better competition. But tonight, this district season, they've got a legitimate shot of making the playoffs. Again, it starts here tonight, and everybody's ready.
Here come the Howe Bulldogs through the tunnel. In all black pants, black shirts, black helmets. As they run through the tunnel, they're escorted by the cheerleaders with their pink pom-poms. Youth cheerleaders all the way up to varsity. A big victory line. Let's talk about this matchup a little bit. We've got one power matchup in this football game that everyone's keeping their eye on, and that's Braden Harris, the nose tackle for Leonard. He has dominated everyone he's played. He leads their team in tackles. He's the Aaron Donald, if you will, of District 8-3A, all over the field at the nose tackle position. And he just really is going to give Malin Walker all he's got tonight. Now, he's been handling Tom Bean. He's been handling Trenton and Commerce. I don't know what the matchup is going to be like, but when I walked up tonight on the field, Zach Cater, the offensive coordinator, looked at me and said, Malin's got his hands full tonight. And I nodded and said, yeah, I've been telling him that all week, that he's got a challenge tonight. And so we're going to see what happens with that matchup. If he's able to dominate Malin Walker in this football game, Howe's going to have big-time problems moving the football. But I don't know, you're looking at a junior Malin Walker compared to the freshman and sophomore, Justin White.
Well, everybody, we're saying, hey, Malin hadn't seen anybody like Braden Harris. Braden Harris hadn't seen a center like Malin Walker, though, either. And Walker's very good about not getting rattled and staying composed and poised. And that'll be an interesting matchup right there in the trenches.
Well, when I talked to Cater, what he said was, that's going to be the matchup. And he said, but I wouldn't have anybody else right there except for Malin. He said, I know two things about Malin. One is he ain't scared of anything. And two,
can y'all hear me?
Oh, there we go. Yes. And two, he's going to give 100%. Here we go. We got Carolina in the tunnel, in the huddle.
Visiting team, Leonard gets to call the coin toss. This is heads. This is tails. Heads, tails. What's your call going to be? Tails. Tails is the call. I'm going to let it hit the ground and see what we get, okay?
Leonard called tails.
Tails it is. You want the ball.
And Leonard's going to get the ball.
Kick with the wind.
And you hear Austin Haley say there, they want to kick with the wind towards Hughes Street. So Haley and company will turn their backs to the concession stand as Howe will be moving left to right, Leonard right to left conversely to start this football game here in the first quarter. Antoine Rattler, Aiden Burris, Ryan Huff, and Austin Haley shake hands with the captains from Leonard. And we're just about ready to rock and roll this thing. The anticipation has been crazy for this matchup. If you're any kind of a football fan whatsoever, this one's got to make you salivate just a little bit. And I think we're ready for the national anthem. How about that? Beautiful rendition of our national anthem by the Pride of Howe, the Howe High School Marching Band. And the Bulldogs put the helmets on, strap them up. Here we go. It's football time in Texas, Justin White.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for football. We've been waiting for 2 weeks for this game.
Well, this one's, I was talking in the pregame show. Hey man, I think I've got a series in me. And I think I'm ready to suit up and go with them.
And you say you go both ways.
I know I've got 8 plays at full speed. Other than that, I'm out.
You may change that if you get hit once you get hit.
So Howe's going to be kicking to Leonard to start this football game. And it'll be Jonathan Garcia doing the chores. Again, we're closing up our Rapid Electric tailgate party. Thanks for listening. Your opponent overview was brought to you by Micah Belden, attorney. And your Howe Bulldogs overview was brought to you by Goodfellas Barbershop in downtown Howe, specializing in all cuts and styles, straight razor shaves. Experience the old school feel of Goodfellas Barbershop in downtown Howe. Garcia ready to boot the Tech Wave kickoff away. He is standing at the 30-yard line awaiting, and now he runs to the football. Garcia, it's booted, a line drive kick. Going to be bouncing in the middle of the field at the 5 and go into the end zone. And the Leonard Tigers will start first, moving right to left from their own 25-yard line.
I like that chance of no return.
Caroline, what kind of a crowd do we have tonight here at Bulldog Stadium?
So I was talking to a friend here and said she couldn't believe how much parking, how far away she had to park. The stands are not as full as they usually are. So there's a lot of Leonard fans here. Again, quiet. It's a big game. You can tell.
Looking across the way, the Leonard fans are scattered quite a bit. It doesn't look like a huge crowd from Leonard. And looking out the window here at home, it looks like a pretty decent crowd, not a homecoming crowd.
The side over here on where I'm down here by the 20, it's pretty sparse around here. I'm sure it'll fill up. But
here's a handoff to Kramer, and he's driven back hard. The first one there was Walker, and then Cooper Jones was there to polish him off, but it was a 2-yard gain, sets up second down and 8.
Kramer got that handoff, bounced around a little bit in the backfield, saw nothing, and then Cooper Jones comes shooting through the gap and brought down Kramer very quickly, only for a minimal 2-yard gain.
Second down and 8 coming up. 3 down linemen for Howe. Bo Stevens changes to the number 50 this week. Dropping back is LeCook, and that one's incomplete. Along the right hash, sets up 3rd down and 8.
Trying to hit Randy Slaughter across the middle. If he would have caught it, he got lit up pretty good, no pun intended. But the ball sailed over the head of Slaughter. It was pretty good. He would have get lit up, though, for sure. Because Haley was right there, too.
3rd down and 8. Big play right here early in this football game. First series for Leonard. Just underway. LeCook, he's going to look over the middle. Throws it right side, broken up, and a great play by Austin Haley to break up the pass on the far side, and it's 4th down and punt time for Leonard on their first series.
Great job there by Howe. They, especially with Austin Haley, kind of read that, put some air under that when LeCook was trying to get that over to Slaughter on that right side or the far sideline for Leonard, and almost picked off there by Austin Haley.
It's punt time. And Cooper Jones will stand inside his own 40 to return it. It's a high kick by Kramer. High, fair catch called for by Jones. He'll let it bounce, and it bounces straight up, and there's a flag down. Also down was Bo Stevens was knocked down. We don't know if this is going to be maybe against Leonard, as it was in the area of Stevens. It looks like it's going to be against Howe. So it's a holding against Bo Stevens, apparently.
They're kicking against the wind, and that thing hung up there and kind of started to float back into Leonard territory. But the penalty flag's going to push him back.
How quickly polished off Leonard in that first series with less than a minute on 4 downs.
Couldn't ask for better, a 3 and out on their first defensive possession.
So Howe with the penalty will be backed up on their own side of the field to the 41-yard line, it appears, where they'll spot it. So Howe will start from their own 41 for the first time tonight on offense with 11:04 on the clock. Haley and Rattler together in the backfield. Jones split out wide to the near side. Howe traveling left to right. Braden Ulmer in the slot next to Jones. Huff and Murphy on the far side. They try to draw Leonard off sides on the very first play, and nothing happening there. So they look over to the side and try to get the play. Wind blowing pretty good towards the south. Man in motion. This is a give to Rattler up the middle. He's got a big hole up the middle. Look out, 50. Knocked down just past midfield, a first down run at the 48-yard line of Leonard territory.
RPO handed off to Rattler, and Rattler picking up where he left off. He's the most improved player on this team, averaging 125 yards a game. Had one of his best games against S&S 2 weeks ago.
Same formation, although Jones and Ulmer bunched together, as well as Murphy and Huff bunched together on the far side. Haley wants it, 1st and 10. He's going to keep it around the right edge. He's got 5, he's got 6, he's got 7. He may have 8 to the 40-yard line. Close to another first down as Haley does it with his legs.
And they're going quickly here after that big gain, after that 8-yard gain.
So far, both plays on the ground. Haley's going to keep it on the ground again, left side, and this time he falls down. That's going to go backwards a couple of yards, back to the 43-yard line.
Trying to go quickly after that 8-yard gain, and when he tried to change directions, Russell Murphy was right there. He ended up tripping and falling down. It probably got tackled right away by Murphy anyway. This brings up a 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5.
Big play here. Man in motion is Murphy from left to right. He'll stop in the slot. And now they look to the side. Huff on the far side all alone. 3-down lineman for Leonard. And Haley rolls out right, looking downfield, is going to fire a bullet, which is caught by Cooper Jones for a first down at the 33-yard line. Drag the toes.
Good protection when he got flushed out. We saw the first time I've seen Braden Harris. He was in hot pursuit of Austin Haley, had to get rid of that, but still had enough time to throw a bullet in there to Cooper Jones to get the first down. Convert the 3rd down, too.
They'll move it to the 32. 1st and 10, new set of downs for Howe. Howe averaging 425 yards of offense per game. Handoff Rattler at the line of scrimmage, driven backwards. And that's going to be a loss of 1 to the 33-yard line.
I think they look like they may have double-teamed Braden Harris that time, the nose tackle. But Russell Murphy able to clean up on Antoine Rattler, dropping back behind the line of scrimmage.
Haley nearing 5,000 career passing yards. He needs about 20 right here. 2nd down and 11. Ulmer goes in motion. They give it to him. No, Haley keeps it up the middle on the read option. Breaks out of a tackle to the right side. It's going to gain 3 or 4 or 5 inside the 30 to about the 27-yard line. And a gimpy Tiger gets up. And that is Jackson LeCook. And he's going to hobble off the field.
That time they faked it to Murphy, as you said, on the read option when he went in motion, and then Haley shot up the middle, shot up the gut, got a couple of yards out of that. This will be another 3rd down, chance for another 3rd down conversion here.
7th play of the drive for Howe, left to right. Rattler moves to the left side of Haley. Haley rolls out left side, looking downfield. Easy throw and catch to Ulmer on the move. First down, still fighting inside the 15. And wrestled out of bounds around the 13.
It's almost like they lost Braden Ulmer as Haley rolled to his left, just kind of trotted out there, no pass rush, then just lofted into Braden Ulmer, and at the end, Ulmer plowed over one guy for extra yards, got the first down.
Looks like they'll spot it somewhere near the 12 or 13, I think the 12.
7 yards, Monty.
7 yards, it's what he needs. Here's Haley. Looking right, throwing right. Cooper Jones, he's got close to 7 yards. Right at the 5-yard mark, right there it is. Austin Haley with a 7-yard reception from Cooper Jones has 5,000 career passing yards. Here's a snap back to Haley. He's going to try to run it in, but he's wrestled down inside the 5 at about the 3-yard line.
There was a broken play. They tried to go fast there, almost too fast. Rattler was to the right of Haley. Haley went left for the read. Rattler wasn't there, so Haley had to keep it himself and got back barely to the line of scrimmage.
A timeout's going to be called momentarily. Officials timeout. We'll see what this one's about. They may be checking. Is that a first down? They're checking to see if it's first down.
I think you get first down.
They don't pull the chains anymore. You don't. Nobody does that.
No measures.
There's no chain.
You
pull.
just round up and go for the and new set of downs.
First down and goal. This is going to be wild dog Cooper Jones fighting. Can't get there. He's at the 1.
Yeah, he tried to go the right side, and Leonard saw it coming. Number 72, Braden Harris, the nose tackle. Cooper took him for a little ride there for about a yard or two.
Haley will be in the game at quarterback here, it appears. On Second down and goal from the 1. Man in motion is Rattler. They give it to him. He cuts it up inside. He's close. He's in. It's touchdown time in Texas, is it?
They called him short.
Oh, he's short. Man. Come on. Come on.
He was short. Just really short.
Oh.
He was.
I just knew it. I just knew he had it there. I saw him cut in, and he looked like he darted through.
He got the handoff in motion. Yeah, darted through, and I thought he was right in there.
Boy, big play right here. Third and goal from the 1. Haley's going to do it himself. He's in. That one. Stick that one in. It's touchdown time in Texas. Howe's on the board first, 6-0. With 6:25 remaining in the first, awaiting this PAT by Johnny Garcia.
No doubt about that. Quarterback power by Austin Haley. He got the snap. Nobody was going to deny him. Right behind his right guard. Big gap to open up. And Austin Haley in for the touchdown.
12-play drive. Very, very impressive. Haley to hold, Garcia to kick. It's up right down the middle. He's getting better every time he kicks. That one's good. 7-0. Howe leads. 6:25 on the clock here in the first. We'll be right back. Here's some things to never mess with if you're not a trained professional. Caging a bulldog. Removing copperheads. And electricity. Don't get shocked. Call Rapid Electric. Rapid Electric is here for all your electrical needs. Just like you wouldn't try to become a pro boxer or president. Not a joke. You need a pro to keep your electricity humming. Don't get shocked. Rapid Electric serves the Grayson County area. Call them at 903-421-8100.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, an old-school black and white Howe Bulldog. In criminal defense, you need someone who fights like a bulldog. Call me now if you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas. My number is 903-744-4252. We'll set up a free consultation. You will find out that I'm rough, tough, and I can't get enough. I'm board certified in criminal law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas. Visit my website at shermancriminallawyer.com.
7-0. Howe in the lead here early at home in a big, huge game. 6:25 on the clock. They just, let's give you the scoring drive recap, hit exterior scoring drive recap. 12 plays, 59 yards for Howe. And that one took almost 5 minutes off the clock. Here's the Tech Wave kickoff by Garcia. It goes through the hands of Barlani and through the end zone, and Leonard again will start at their own 25-yard line.
That was fifth rushing touchdown for Austin Haley on that last drive. And you couldn't rip this up any better. They went 3 and out on the first defensive possession, marched down the field, took some time off the clock, and then punched it in on that Austin Haley 1-yard touchdown run.
And don't forget, he had 5,000 career yards, hit that milestone on that last drive. On a pass, a 7-yard pass to Cooper Jones. Who else would make the milestone catch other than Cooper Jones?
Been his go-to guy.
First and 10 for Leonard, right to left. Leonard in all white. White pants, white tops, and the LSU-looking helmets. Man goes in motion. And LeCook wants it, barking. He's going to get it. He's going to run it himself to the right side, looking for a block, and he's hit hard. After a 1-yard gain, and he is hammered down. Braden Ulmer gets up, fired up.
Ulmer looks like he was the guy that hit him because LeCook wasn't able to hit the hole very, very quickly. It was a quarterback keeper on the right side, and Ulmer read it all the way and shot the gap, and it was a textbook tackle.
1-yard gain, and here is a quick pass out by LeCook. Makes a move and tries to scudder his way up the far sideline and does for about 8 yards. I believe that was Armstrong on the reception. And it was the former quarterback. Started out the season as the quarterback this year, but LeCook came on strong. They knew LeCook was the future, and they went ahead and put him on in, and here he is. And that's a pretty good gain up to the 33-yard line. 7-yard gain brings up a 3rd and 2 for Leonard. 2 men bunched together on either side. LeCook's going to keep it on the right side. Drugged down in the backfield. The ball may have popped out, but LeCook was dropped for a loss, and it'll be 4th down for Leonard again on their own side of the field.
I'm sorry, Bo Stevens on the outside at that inside linebacker spot saw LeCook thinking about It was a quarterback design run. He's not hitting the holes quite as quickly. I don't know if there's nothing there or what, but the Bulldogs have done a great job of closing those gaps and shooting through the holes and making the stops.
They swarm to the football now. The front seven does a great job of swarming the football. Here's a low snap on the punt, but it's going to be kicked away by Kramer. Jones just watches it as it goes out of bounds on the far side. And Howe's going to have pretty good field position near the 40-yard line, shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 42.
You got 5:08 left in the first quarter and not a first down lit up by this defense yet for Howe. And you're getting the offense back on the field who moved the ball, I don't want to say with ease, but moved the ball comfortably.
12 plays they held it a moment ago on the first possession. Did Howe. And here's Haley and company back out there. Rattler to his left. 3 receivers near side. Huff all alone on the far side. And now Rattler goes in the slot to the left. Haley empty back, looking down the field. Throws wide open is Colin Murphy. And he'll gain 8 yards just on the middle of the H across midfield to the 49-yard line.
There's nobody there in the middle of the field for Murphy. They catch her, they go quickly.
Same formation, 2nd down and 2. Haley drops straight back, wants to throw left side. That one's going to be caught by Ryan Huff for a first down at the 44-yard line. 5-yard gain, and they'll move the sticks.
Tigers haven't got much pressure, and they're really not having to because Haley's getting the ball out pretty quickly as he get it up to Ryan Huff on just a quick out pattern. Got the first down.
At this point, we haven't heard much from Braden Harris. It's 1st down and 10. Haley, quick swing pass, a great catch by Murphy, and then he turns it upfield, and it does great work with the ball on the turf. Oh, now the ball looks like it may be going the other way. The official was blowing it dead, I thought, but going the other way is Barlani, and there's a flag down near the back on the other line of scrimmage. I think this might be on Michael Riddle.
Oh, this is laundry all over
There's
the
a
field.
lot of things happening on that play. Murphy made a great play just to catch the football, turned it up, made a great play, and then the ball came out.
He was down. We were right here. He was down. There's no way. He was down.
The officials are talking about it still.
They are. I guarantee you they're talking about Riddles and this guy. It does look as if it did get kind of physical.
So
they should have stopped it way before.
So it could be the Murphy was down by contact, and then you got extracurricular 15-yard penalty at the end of that.
Yeah, Barlani picked the ball up, went across field, got tackled along the Leonard sidelines, and then you saw some pushing and shoving and flags flying out. So you had a flag on the far Leonard side, and then you had Riddle, who was being surrounded by 3 white jerseys.
Are we able to hear from Blizzard?
I had Murphy down. It looked like he was rolled, his knee hit down, and then he rolled on top and then pushed the ball out. And then the penalty could go either way with Riddle or the Leonard player.
Well, the Leonard players were really happy when the flag came out, which makes me indicate that it was against Riddle. And the wind's really blowing up there in that microphone.
So this is kind of this is like instant replay right here. We got the officials conferring at the 36-yard line. This is our District 8 version of instant replay for them to try to kind of talk about it and see how they're going to rule this.
The ball would have been spotted somewhere near the 35, 36-yard line, just shy of a first down.
Because they haven't officially ruled if he was down yet. We have not seen that.
We have not seen that. The officials tonight, let's go ahead and give you, out of the Dallas chapter, the referee is Randall Anthony Moose. The umpire is Barry Jenkins. The head lineman, Don Shamlin. The line judge, James Haynes. The back judge, Ed Lips. The field judge, Doug Rude, and the side judge, Anthony Jefferson. And I believe it was Jefferson who made the call that he was down.
So David Reed from KXI is here. He has it on tape. He was down. We can bring out video if we need.
Wow. So we have a personal foul against both. Offsetting.
There was another penalty against Howe, I think.
So, wow. How many How many times is he going to point? I mean, this looks like he's got 7 or 8 personal fouls.
And I can't tell if he's pointing to make a ruling or if he's pointing just to explain things to Coach Bryan.
If it's 2 on a player.
I'll say that again, Blizzard. Your mic cut out. Uh-oh.
The defense,
the defense is coming out on the field.
So it looks like that was a fumble.
Leonard ball.
So Leonard's going to get an opportunity here where Howe has been dominating this football game.
But this is the one thing you didn't want to do is dominate the football game, but then give them life, give Leonard life as you turn the ball over. That was something they struggled with against Commerce.
But apparently there's video evidence that he was down.
Right.
That's the bad thing about it.
I know. So it's not really a true turnover, I guess.
Well, that's unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. And Leonard right now has the ball at the 48-yard line of Howe, but that's going to be moving too because of the personal foul penalty, unless it's offsetting.
So right now they're
at the 48.
They're explaining things to head coach Justin Dozier.
I could tell Rattler is one of the fouls was on him.
Oh,
the personal foul's on Rattler?
Yeah, the way he was just talking to him.
The way who was talking to him?
Brian.
Okay. And Rattler's now on the sidelines too. He's not in the defensive lineup.
So they're going to move the ball to the 33-yard line. Leonard's only 33 yards away from tying the game after Howe's been dominating this whole entire first part of the game. There's 4:15 on the clock here in the first. 1st and 10, Leonard. They come back out on the field. 2 receivers near side and 2 on the far. Man in the backfield is Kramer, and he gets the carry over left tackle. He's hit hard by Crosby and initially by Ulmer, but Crosby finished him off. It's going to be a couple of yards perhaps, maybe a yard to the 32-yard line.
That looked kind of like a read option. That time they handed it to the running back, went right up the middle, and these Bulldogs, just to those listening, these Bulldogs are hitting hard tonight. Ulmer's had 2 good hits, and he got one there. Bo Stevens is also as well.
2nd down and 9 coming up for Leonard. LeCook, the freshman, comes up to the line of scrimmage. Looks like they've changed the play, perhaps. He tells the lineman what they're going to do. In shotgun, moves Kramer out of the backfield, wants to throw. Across the middle, is caught, dropped. That's incomplete. He was trying to hit his receiver, Ethan Richardson, but it'll be 3rd down and long now as Richardson came into the game with 10 catches for 161 yards and 4 touchdowns, but he has a big drop right there, and it's 3rd down and 9.
Looked like he was going to throw to Kramer, who was in motion out like a swing pass, thought about it, kind of looked indecisive, and then threw it into Richardson. It was almost like he wasn't sure who to throw it to exactly. And then, of course, Richardson dropped the pass anyways.
3rd down and 9. LeCook in the gun. Rolls out right, and he pitches it out to Kramer. In trouble behind the line of scrimmage. Breaking tackles. And finally, he's going to be brought down by Jones and company. There could be a late flag in the backfield, but there's not, as Bo Stevens was caught up with a Tiger. And it appears like it's going to be 4th down and long, as Kramer's going to get a couple to the 30-yard line. We'll see what Leonard wants to do right here on a 4th down and about 7 at the Howe 30. And it looks like they're going to stay in the game. Well, Kramer, your punter, is standing to the right side of LeCook. So look, they're going to go for it on 4th and 7, dropping straight back as LeCook wanting to throw, hammer it down. Deep ball in the middle of the field is caught and dropped by Armstrong at the 1-yard line. It was a low throw. He did have to go down for it, but that ball probably should have been caught, but he dropped it at the 1 as he was going in the end zone, and Howe takes over on downs at their own 30. They dodge a bullet.
Oh, that definitely should have been caught. As you said, it was just a little bit behind him, a little bit low for him to catch it. But he should have caught that. He had his man beat. I think that was Haley. He got behind the coverage, and that ball stayed up in the air forever, it seemed like, but just couldn't handle it with the fingertips. It was right there about his knees, trying to catch that, and just couldn't bring it in, and they're not able to convert the 4th down. Bulldogs do dodge a big bullet.
A year ago, that ball's caught, no question. First down and 10, left to right. Haley handoff Rattler. He makes one move up the middle and skirts free for a moment. Gains about 5 yards to the 35-yard line. He is quick.
And something we hadn't seen a lot as much this year. They're going fast.
Second down and 5. They snap it. Harris wasn't even down yet. Deep ball, Jones. Jones makes a lobbing one-handed effort for it, and it falls incomplete.
Leonard had too many on the
So they snapped it with Leonard trying to make substitutions. Apparently, I think that's what I'm getting from Blizzard. It's really hard to hear him. I think that's what we're getting.
It was almost kind of like when they've had a free play and a player jumps off sides and they just go long to Cooper Jones. That time, if you're correct, Blizzard, it was too many people on the field. And try to do the same thing. That time it was Cooper Jones couldn't catch up to it.
That should be a new set of downs, and finally they're going to move the sticks. So ball now at the 40. Fourth play of the drive coming up for the Bulldogs. Howe looks to the side, wants to play. Haley and Rattler in the backfield. 3 receivers near side. Rattler gets the hand over left tackle. And he's fighting and churned. Braden Harris is going to try to slam him down, but Rattler gets about 5 yards up to the 45, and he's getting about 5 yards a pop here lately.
He is. He needs to be sure to hang on the ball. And there's some push and shoving after each play here, it seems, Monty. Every other play, it seems there's just some pushing and some tugging and just some extracurricular. I saw a helmet go flying, roll across the carpet.
It is amazing to all of us down here on the sideline how long these referees are letting them fight.
Well, Braden Harris, we talked about him at nose tackle. He was standing next to Jesus Garcia, and poor Jesus just looks like he's 4 foot tall next to this young man. Jesus getting the start for Roman Garbrandt, who's out of the country. And it'll be second down and 5. Howe moving left to right. 2 receivers on either side. Haley drops back, looks for the bubble screen. Cooper Jones makes the catch. He's got some room. Hurdles a defender. Ball's on the turf, however, and Howe jumps on it to save it. You need to run over the defender instead of jumping over, and the ball might not come out. Howe's gonna dodge a bullet there again and keep the ball at the 38.
Luckily, the breaks have been going Howe's way. It was kind of a jailbreak screen. You let the defense in, then throw it across the middle to Cooper Jones. Jones tried to hurdle him in, and then when he came down, he fumbled the ball, and luckily the Bulldogs retained possession.
It is starting to rain out here, guys.
Wow, first and 10, left to right. Haley's going to keep it up the middle. Over left tackle, he's got a little bit of a room, a first down run, and he's down at the 25-yard line. They'll move the sticks again. 13 yards for Haley, right over left tackle.
Another design run by Haley. It seems like we've seen quite a few of those here early on. And he's getting pretty good licks, too. 2
slots on the right side. Swing pass out Murphy. Same play as a moment ago. He's going to escape one defender and be brought down hard at the 23-yard line. A minimal gain of a 2 or 3. And Murphy paid the price on the back end of that.
Howe is staying pretty balanced with a steady array of Haley, Rattler, and then just getting it out to his receivers.
Second down and 7. And the Bulldogs look to the side. Right now there's 49, 48, 47 seconds on the first quarter clock. They're about to be going into the wind. But they've been running it a lot here with the wind at their back. Man goes in motion is Cooper Jones. They toss it to him on the jet sweep, trying to find the corner. He's got the line of scrimmage, flag down, and he's hit pretty hard at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. We'll have to check the flag.
Yeah, Jones kind of tossed it to him when he goes into motion, going from right to left, and they swarmed him just about when he was getting around the corner of the line of scrimmage, and they carried him back quite a while before the officials finally called a whistle.
So he got back to the line of scrimmage. Let's see what
they called on Howe. I think it's a holding. Did you see that, Blizzard? Was a holding?
Holding is the call against the Bulldogs.
Yes, it was holding.
And he brings the ball back to 35-yard line.
Is it our wind? The wind?
I don't know. We're gonna have to get that fixed. I think maybe we just need to change frequencies on that. I don't know.
We'll have to check at halftime and see if we can get that fixed. Second down and 20, it looks like. Haley rolling out to the right, looking for a block now, hammers it deep down to Jones again at the 1. Jones makes the catch at the goal tee with 10 seconds left to go in the first.
Got right behind Mason Rogers and Jacoby LeCook behind the secondary, and good job there by Malin Walker, was holding off Harris as long as he could to give Haley time to throw that.
And Garcia's kick is up, and that's true. 14-0, Howe in the lead. 10 seconds left to go in the first. We'll be right back.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
If you're a small business owner in Howe, Texas, think about everything you need to help your business succeed. You need a plan, happy customers, and an insurance agent that gets you. My name is Corey Hernandez, and I run a State Farm agency. Because I'm a small business owner myself, I understand the unique needs of local business owners. My office and I will make it easy to choose the right protection for you at the right price. Call State Farm agent Corey Hernandez at 903-893-8400 or visit InsuranceQuoteXHoma.com for your small business needs today.
Watch for Howe to do an onside kick.
Oh, Blizzard with the...
Let in the call.
He jumped that one, too. He jumped us. I like it.
Right before he could do the scoring drive, comes in and makes the call.
Kind of like his last week. I have something to say.
Oh, let's not talk about that. No more of those, please. Your hit exterior scoring drive recap: 8 plays for Howe, 70 yards, capped off by a 33-yard touchdown from Haley to Jones. It was his first Haley's Comet of the night, and now he's 3 away from 50 for a career. 14-0, Howe in the lead with 10 seconds left to go in the first. Howe with the penalty is going to be able to kick at the 45-yard line of Leonard, so the onside kick is bouncing, and it's going to be taken by Leonard at the 32-yard line. It landed right in the lap of the defender, and Jonathan Garcia just takes his head and puts it right over his feet and jogs off the field. He was upset that one didn't go another way, but boy, you got to be happy with the special teams play, and Johnny Garcia has just been outstanding so far in 2022.
Oh, man, he's been Mr. Automatic.
I'm not jinxing anything, Mother. So, ball at the 32-yard line. Leonard will be moving right to left for one more play, and then they'll switch sides. Up front for the Howe Bulldogs, Tank Turner, Malin Walker, and Bryce Crosby. 3 down linemen. Stevens will join them on the outer edge. Now they flip sides. Stevens on the far side. Here's LeCook. He's going to run to the right side of the offense towards Stevens, trying to find that corner. He does for the first time tonight. A first down. He escapes the defender. Is finally going to be brought down near midfield. So a nice run of 18 there by Jacoby LeCook, and that's the end of the first quarter. It's been a pretty good one for the Howe Bulldogs. 14-0, they lead here. Heading to the second. We'll be right back.
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage Company, Equal Housing Opportunity Company, NMLS number 3274. Michelle Castle, NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice. LeCook wants to hammer it down the middle of the field. It's going to be caught, bobbled, and he caught it. Armstrong for a first down at the 35-yard line. With the wind at their back, they're going to try to throw the football now. And that was a big pass and catch to Armstrong, his favorite receiver.
Armstrong juggled that as LeCook threw a bullet there. LeCook looked a little bit like he didn't know where he's going to throw it to.
Back-to-back first downs for Leonard. And it's 1st and 10. Middle of the field, handoff to Kramer. And he's going to finally be brought down by Stevens, but Kramer got 5 or 6 inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Kramer with the handoff. Got 5 yards on that, and it seems like they're maybe starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm here after 2 plays.
Michael Riddle checks in at nose guard for this series. It's 2nd down and 3. LeCook's going to roll out right, looking down the field. Now he's going to tuck it and run. He's got the line of scrimmage, and he's brought down hard by Cooper Jones. Right at the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a yard shy. The marker is at the 25, and I think they're going to mark him at – no, they're going to give him the first down at the 25.
Well, it seemed like I thought maybe it was like a half yard short, but as you said earlier, they don't bring the chains and they just round up.
Nobody does that. It's so foreign. You know, if you look at watch YouTube, watch some old games, and they always pull the chains on it, and they don't do that anymore. It's been a long time. 1st and 10, LeCook wants it. And he rolls out left a little bit. Man in his face is Crosby. Throws a dart across the middle, and that's going to be caught. Not enough for a first down. Right there was Matthew Hayes to bring down the receiver, which was Ethan Richardson. And that'll take the ball to the 18-yard line. 7-yard gain. And with the wind at the back, Leonard is a different football team.
He threw a dart across the middle, kind of almost off his back foot just a little bit. And lucky he didn't get that thing intercepted or lead deflected. Blew right by, I believe that was Ulmer.
2nd down and 3. Kramer in the backfield. We haven't seen Ja'Cory Bush. And here is LeCook running right. Got a lane across the right side. Slips a couple of defenders. He's hard to bring down. First down inside the 5. I think they'll spot him near the 5. So Leonard knocking on the door right here for the first time.
Austin got lit up on that play as well by a blocker. Just keep an eye on that.
9:26 and rolling here in the second quarter. Ball at the 5-yard line. 13-yard gain there. As Newby goes in motion to the slot left. And this is going to be a handoff to Kramer, met in the backfield. Hit immediately, brought down, no gain. And I think maybe Ulmer, possibly.
Bo Stevens in there too. Ulmer was going to hit it right at the feet.
It was Ulmer.
Braden Ulmer's had a great game defensively.
Certainly has. He was challenged a week ago or 2 weeks ago by the coaching staff defensive-wise. 2nd down and goal now. Ball again at the 5, and it looked like Mr. Beebe jumped. And he did. Crawford Beebe, a former Howe student, moved to Leonard as his dad is on the coaching staff over there. And that's a big, big penalty against Leonard. It was 2nd and goal from the 5, and they'll push it back to the 10.
They had something moving here, but as they got into about inside the 5-yard line, Ulmer got a tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and now a penalty draws them back to the 10. 2nd and goal at the 10.
So LeCook and Kramer in the backfield. LeCook, handoff, Kramer, shot out of a cannon up the middle, and he's going to be brought down. Initially, I think it was Cooper Jones who hit him. And that'll get him back near the 6-yard line.
He hit a big hole, but I saw Carson Daniels there as well, the middle linebacker
spot. It could have been Carson instead of Cooper. It very well could have been.
And a year ago, 2 years ago, he would have blown right by the whole defense. But Carson Daniels right there staying in his spot, able to make the tackle.
So 3rd down and goal now from the 6. LeCook wants to throw under pressure, chased down by Crosby, and finally brought down by Bo Stevens. Crosby was right in his neck, and Cry tried to escape that, and he ran into Bo Stevens.
I love the
4th down.
I love the two bookends, Bryce Crosby and Bo Stevens. Bo Stevens was in pursuit, and then Bryce Crosby finished him off. And that dropped them back there. Yeah, they're going to have to kick a field goal now. So they were at inside the 5-yard line, and this Bulldog defense tighten the screws when they needed to.
It's a 29-yard field goal attempt by Kramer. Newby to hold an official timeout. No, Leonard has called the timeout. We'll take one too. We'll be right back right after this.
Hi, this is Matt Linder with Linda Hamill Insurance. Your home field is where everything happens. And I'm not talking about Bulldog Stadium. We're talking about your home, your car, and your life. For over 30 years, we've been offering bundle discounts on home, auto, and life. We offer Germania and Progressive insurance protection, as well as many others to suit your needs. Call us today at 903-965-4098 or come by and see us at 106 North Broadway in Bells, Texas. That's 903-965-4098.
So here comes Leonard back on the field. We'll see if they elect to do the same thing. I think Kramer is still carrying the tee, or is he not? He is. Newby's going to hold on this. It's a 29-yard attempt with Kramer trying to boot it through. Newby to hold. From the right side of the field, near the right hash, the kick is up to low line drive kick. It sneaks through, and it's good, and Leonard is on the board for the first time with 7:12 left to go in the second quarter. Howe on top, 14-3. We'll be right back right after this. Who's your local plumber? Brother Plumber. It's good to know someone local and someone you can trust when your home or office drops the ball.
Main line break, 15 yards.
Brother Plumber is plumb professional and serves not only Howe, but also all of Grayson County. And you can save yourself 10% if you mention Go Bulldogs. Visit us online at brotherplumber.com. We'd love to help. Brother Plumber is one call away at 469-968-4487. Visit us online at brotherplumber.com. Remember, Go Bulldogs.
Independent Financial is proud to support Howe ISD and their hardworking students, teachers, and staff. We share your vision for a brighter tomorrow and a championship season. For every challenge, Independent Financial has you covered. Our team can suggest a wide range of financial products to make your personal banking fast and easy. Plus, we have the know-how to deliver the game-changing business banking solutions. Independent Financial, your community in your corner. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Your hit exterior scoring drive recap for Leonard. 10 plays, 57 yards, ended on a 29-yard field goal by Kramer. And here's your Tech Wave kickoff. It's 14-3, Howe in the lead, and the kickoff is going to go into the end zone. A big, strong wind behind these kickers. The wind is going southbound, and so is the ball on this 85-year-old field, 87-year-old field.
You got to feel good if you're Howe. That's a small victory right there for Leonard only to get a field goal out of that and still lead 14-3, and then your offense has been able to pretty much move when it wants to. Still got to be feeling good about themselves.
Howe's going to start at their own 25-yard line with 7:12 on the clock to begin this next series. First and 10, right to left. Howe will now go into the teeth of the wind for the first time tonight. And this is going to be Rattler met at the line of scrimmage, and he's brought down by the defensive end, Newby. And it'll be a loss of 2. Back to the 23-yard line.
Maybe a read option and give it to Rattler, and Rattler, take him down behind the line of scrimmage immediately. Not able even to move upfield.
Murphy goes in motion from left to right. Haley watches him stop and now barks for the ball, and now they look to the side for the play. Again, Jesus Garcia getting the start for the first time tonight. Roman Garbrandt out of the country. Family issues, and here's a handoff. He pulls it out of the gutter. Rattler, a great catch by Ryan Huff on the run. And he darts to the 50-yard line. Huff was shot out of a cannon, and Haley nailed him dead sprint.
I tell you, RPO right there, and he hit him between the 1 and the 5 right in stride. Richardson is there in coverage.
Quick play, handoff, Rattler up the middle, bounces out of a tackle and bounces backwards for a little bit, but then tries to regain and gets another yard, or gets the yard back. So into Leonard territory at the 48-yard line.
Rattler almost tried to go backwards.
Yeah, that was scary there for a moment. I thought he was going to lose big yardage.
Austin is 10 of 10 passing on the night.
Holy cow. Holy cow. Austin Haley, 10 of 10 passing on the night.
So efficient.
Second down and 9. Right to left go the Howe Bulldogs with the train coming through. Handoff. Rattler, left side, bounces it out. He's going to be horse collared, brought down after maybe a yard. And it'll be third down and maybe 7 right here as they'll spot it at the 46-yard line. Howe staying on the ground a little bit against this wind, other than the one strike to Huff rather. They look for the play on 3rd down and long. Big play right here for Howe. Rolling out right is Haley, looking downfield, fires a dart. It's going to be caught by Jones, but not enough for a first, as he's going to be shy by a couple of yards. What do you do right here? They're going to spot it at the 42, needed to get to the 39 for a first.
Is there a flag? Let's see what the flag is before we make that decision.
There is a flag. It's against Leonard.
Pass interference. And then answers the question right there. It gives an automatic first down.
Boy, that's a break.
They brought the blitz on that time, but at the same time, he was rolling to his right, found Jones right across the middle. Just camped out in the middle of the field, in the middle of the zone. And luckily, got the pass interference call, because that was going to be short.
So how receivers bunched together on the near side, they talk about it.
Isn't pass interference in high school 15 yards?
That's what I thought. It was a declined. I'm not sure why they only got the 42-yard line. Haley's going to tuck it and run over the right side like a mouse finding the hole over the right tackle. He just escaped through a little crease and picked up 7 yards to the 40 or 35-yard line.
Again, it just seems like there's been more design runs for Haley tonight than we've seen this season.
And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 3. 4:16 on the clock, and it's moving here in the second quarter. Haley rolling out near side, looking down the field, throws wide open is Ulmer, and he's stuck at the 31-yard line. Ulmer hangs on to the ball, but he took a pop. That's a first down.
Yeah, as soon as he caught it, that was number 8, Randy Slaughter, who hit him right as soon as he tried to go upfield. Good job of hanging on to the ball.
1st and 10, move those sticks right to left. Howe trying to punch it in right here before the halftime show. Don't forget, Bullard Construction halftime show. We've got some interviews with bandmates and Lady Bulldogs volleyball. Here's Rattler, shot out of a cannon left side. 20, finally brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. And one of the Leonard Tigers gets up and pumps his fist, but I don't know why you do that, because Rattler just got another first down and a big gainer.
They had an inside blitz from the right side of the line. He went around the left edge, and there wasn't nobody there who touched him for about 10 yards before he finally got tackled.
14 yards for Rattler. Man in motion from left to right is Murphy. He joins Ulmer, and Cooper Jones on the far side. Huff down here all alone. The band is in the back of the end zone, so watch out, band. Keep your eyes on the ball. They pull it out of Rattler, give it to Huff, trying to make a move, and he's slung out of bounds at about the 10-yard line, but a pretty big gainer there by Huff. What a great option Huff has been tonight.
Yeah, get it out to Huff there and quick off the RPO, and then whoever I think that was, maybe Richardson or maybe Slaughter over on that side. Slaughter, I think, over on that side was able to push him out of bounds.
Ball at the 10-yard line. 2:31 on the clock. I thought he got out of bounds, but apparently the clock is going to roll.
I'm okay with this. Let this thing milk this thing as much as you can. Don't leave any time for them, for Leonard.
Haley and Rattler discussing something in the backfield, and Haley's going to keep it along the right side. He's in. That's not the way you milk the clock. That's a clock burner right there. Haley, it's touchdown time in Texas as he jumps on the W in Howe in the north end zone, and Howe's on the board again. It's 20-3 awaiting the PAT.
I'm okay with taking what the defense gives you. Get him a right.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, make a big hole on the right side. Haley walks in. They got big holes by this offensive line, and gives us a big lead here for the Bulldogs.
Garcia's kick against the wind looks just like with the wind. No, but it's no good. It must have been wide right. It looked perfect from here.
I was about to say, I raised up.
Apparently it floated one way or the other. 20-3 our score here at Bulldog Stadium. Howe over Leonard. 2:10 left to go before the half. We'll be right back.
Hello, this is Rosie the Skunk for Atmos Energy. You might think I make a bad smell, but it's nothing compared to the rotten egg smell of a gas leak, because that could be dangerous. If you think you smell, see, or hear signs of a leak, don't do anything that might cause a spark. Leave immediately. Then call 911 and Atmos Energy. There's no gray area here. When dealing with gas leaks, it's black and white. For more information, visit atmosenergy.com/gas safety.
Austin Haley's coming to the sidelines.
Oh no, let's hope Haley's okay. Caroline, can you get the mic in there?
Coach, I'm starving. I can't keep going.
But you're the starting quarterback.
Coach, I can't help it. I need something quick.
Hang on. Doreen, quick. Go to Sonic, get a burger, tots, and a shake.
Make it an M&M blast.
Doreen, make that an M&M blast. Large.
Coach, I'm sorry, but Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles. It's not just good.
I know, it's Sonic good. Hang on, Doreen, bring me some onion rings. Those things really bring the hammer down.
Austin Haley's been a part of 3 touchdowns so far for Howe. Only one through the air, though, as that one was a 14-yarder on the ground over right tackle, and that capped off your hit exterior scoring drive recap of 10 plays, 75 yards. Gives Howe a 20-3 lead with 2:10 left to go in the half. And here's a squibber kick by Garcia on the Tech Wave kickoff. It's going to be taken and then driven backwards almost immediately. Is one of the up men for Leonard, which was Cam Armstrong. And Leonard will set up shot just outside the 35, going left to right.
One thing to note here, Monty, Braden Ulmer is on the sidelines there on the bench. I see Caroline's nearby with him. He's got an ice pack on his hand, looks like.
Yeah, guys. He got an ice pack on his left hand.
Walker back in there at nose guard. He just got a breather on the last series where Leonard scored. And Leonard will come back out here 1st and 10 as they approach the field with the ball at the 38-yard line. 2:04 left to go before the half. Got to keep them off the board right here. Wind at the back. LeCook under pressure, escapes the pocket, rolls out left, throws deep down the field, caught and dropped. Ethan Richardson had it go through his hands as he was headed out of bounds, and it's incomplete. 2nd down and 10 coming up.
Looks like they only rushed maybe 3, dropped back 8. And he had a little bit of time to throw. Still felt a little bit, flushed out a little bit on the left side. Threw a bullet down there, almost caught, but bobbled at the last second before he went out of bounds.
2nd down and 10. As the freshman, they're trying to rattle him a little bit. Get to the freshman, get in his head a little bit. Trying to rush the game up in his head. And here is LeCook throwing out, and he one-hops his receiver, Cam Armstrong, not even close. He needed a first baseman's mitt for that one, and it's 3rd down and 10.
So now if you're the Bulldogs, if you can get a stop, 1:52 left here in the first half.
You got all your timeouts, right?
You got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You could stop this clock and maybe get the ball back in another possession.
Big play right here. Huge play right here. 3 receivers come near side. Armstrong, their favorite receiver, split out wide on the near side. Leonard headed left to right towards the south end zone. Win at the back. LeCook drops back, wants to throw. Deep ball left side, going up and coming down with the ball, and a great play on the far side at the 20-yard line. He beat Tristan Williams, and now Newby has Leonard in position to score right here before the half, inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
Threw it downfield, and Tristan Williams was right there in coverage. And that was probably the best ball we've seen thrown by LeCook. All the way down inside the 20-yard line.
1:21 on the clock. It stays rolling. LeCook wants it. Sends a man in motion. He finally gets it. He's going to keep it himself. Bounces it out to the left side, trying to find the corner, and is going to be wrestled out of bounds. That will stop the clock with 1:05, but it's still rolling. Clock still rolling. Now 59. No, it stops at 1.
A quarterback design run to the left side. And he's had a couple of openings, but not really. The Bulldog defense has done a great job of containing him because LeCook is pretty fast, pretty quick in open field.
So apparently he just got 1 yard right there after all of that. And about 7 seconds rolled off the clock after he got out of bounds. Here is a pump fake by LeCook going deep. Left side knocked down by Tristan Williams this side. A great play by the sophomore.
Yeah, Tristan Williams was right there with his man. He saw that ball as the pump fake. He stayed right with the receiver and able to deflect that and knock it down.
And almost picked it off, I thought.
Yeah, he had a good chance of it.
Great play by Williams. The freshman pass against the sophomore corner. And now it's 3rd down and 9. Clock at 58. LeCook drops back, looks left. Nothing there, under pressure, steps up right, looking downfield. Under pressure again by Daniels, escapes a tackle inside the 5 and finally brought down by Matt Hayes at about the 5-yard line. A new set of downs, but there's only 40 seconds on the clock.
LeCook, and we got a timeout called by probably Leonard. Yep, Leonard.
Timeout, Tigers.
So the ball spotted at the 7. We'll take one more. We'll be right back. Here's some things to never mess with if you're not a trained professional. Caging a bulldog. Removing copperheads. And electricity. Don't get shocked. Call Rapid Electric. Rapid Electric is here for all your electrical needs. Just like you wouldn't try to become a pro boxer or president. Not a joke. You need a pro to keep your electricity humming. Don't get shocked. Rapid Electric serves the Grayson County area. Call them at 903-421-8100. It's 20-3, Howe in the lead. There's 35 seconds left to go before the Bullard Construction halftime show, but Leonard is knocking on the door here at the 7-yard line.
This was a good timeout for Howe to just kind of regroup, talk to the coaching staff, and kind of get their schemes ready and make sure everybody's on the same page. Even though it was a Leonard timeout.
1st and goal for Howe with Kramer in the backfield just behind LeCook. He goes out of the backfield in motion. LeCook trying to throw, fires it in the end zone, and it's going to be knocked down. A great play by Colin Murphy. The Murphy zone is about the S in Bulldogs, apparently. And it's 2nd down and goal. That was headed right towards Newby, right in his gloves, and Murphy swatted it away.
Newby almost got lost in coverage. Right in the corner of the end zone, right above the S around Bulldogs, and Murphy saw it over in a safety position. Everybody over there knock it down.
Well, he made up some ground, too, because I thought Newby was all alone, and then Murphy out of nowhere. So here we go, 2nd down and goal from the 7, 29 seconds on the clock. Kramer right behind LeCook, who's going to keep it around the left edge. He's brought down by Carson Daniels. Escapes the tackle. He escapes Daniels, and now he's running. Lots of piss. Daniels is going to have another shot at him, and he's down. And now a late flag comes in. No! He slams down LeCook, and that's going to be a personal foul against Howe, and Daniels is not happy.
LeCook went left. Daniels had him in his sights, almost got him, and then Cook somehow got out of it, went to his right. They corralled him, and then Carson Daniels came back to finish him off. And then I guess he tried to throw him down.
Well, they started blowing the whistle, and the whistles were blowing, and Carson Daniels said maybe he didn't hear it, but he slammed down LeCook, and that's when the flag came out.
Great hustle by Daniels when he didn't finish the first time, came back, finished the job, but just at the very end called for the penalty. Blizzard?
It wasn't Carson who hit him late. Carson led up. It was Bo Stevens who hit him.
Oh, okay. Let's make sure we...
Carson held, when the whistle was blown, Carson stopped.
So that'll give Leonard life with 17 seconds here.
Was that 3rd down? It was 2nd down. Okay. Jay.
2nd down, but it was at the 20-yard line.
That would have been a huge loss back outside the 20. But instead now, Leonard has it inside the 5.
Yeah, I think that's the thing we missed is that how far back he went. He went back to almost the 20-yard line. Instead, the penalty brings him up inside the 5. Looks like the 4, 3.
17 seconds on the clock. Leonard trying to punch it in right here before the Bullard Construction halftime show. LeCook is barking. And the official still making the call, and now they're ready to blow the whistle and get this thing going. We're ready, aren't we? Here we go. Kramer to the right of LeCook. Who wants it? He's going to roll out right, going to keep it himself, trying to find the corner. He's going to be slammed down by Austin Haley, I believe, at the 2-yard line. 11 seconds on the clock.
And is there a whistle? Is there a flag?
There is a flag, and man, Haley comes in. LeCook trying to he was strung out.
It's against
wide.
Leonard.
Oh, good. Haley did a good job. Haley dove right at the last second, right about the 2-yard line to bring down LeCook. Bulldog defense did a good job of stringing him out. So and then finally a break for the Bulldogs.
This will back it up to around, is that a hold? Oh, it's a hold. My goodness, that's going to be a pretty big one. Is it a hold? They're going to back it up to the 17, 18-yard line. Big play right here. It's first down, but that don't matter. 11 seconds on the clock. Ball at the 18-yard line. First and goal. Rolling out right is LeCook, and now whistles. And what is this?
And that wind is blowing, too.
We'll try to see what this... Now, there's a discussion right now with Justin Dozier, the head coach from Leonard, and the referee. And I'd like to know what that's about. Randall Anthony Moose is the referee over there.
They blew the whistle, but they didn't blow a flag or call a timeout or anything.
And now Moose is coming to the near side, I guess, to talk to Coach Bryan, or are we ready to go? Maybe he got what he needed. So set it up again. First and goal from the 18 for Leonard right here before the half. 8 seconds on the clock. Maybe that was the issue because there was 11. Now there's 8.
Oh, okay.
And now Coach Bryan is looking up. And now there's 11 back on the clock. First and goal from it's the 14-yard line. Hammering it down is LeCook in the right corner of the end zone. It's going to be intercepted by Austin Haley. 9 yards deep in the near corner of the end zone. Haley saves the day on the pick with 2 seconds left. 20-3. Howe in the lead in the first half.
I've said it once, I'll say it again. Austin Haley did exactly what a safety come over should do. He was watching the quarterback, watching LeCook throw the ball up, and as soon as it came down, he made the catch in the back of the end zone, toe tapped on the black in the end zone, and got the interception. Bulldogs turn away Leonard again.
I don't normally say this in this situation when you're leading, but 2 seconds left right before the half. Snap it down it. Let's go to the half.
Let's do it.
You know, don't leave any room for anything to go wrong here. Stay in the gun.
Yeah.
Don't go under center, please.
It looks like that's what they're going to do.
And it looks like somewhat of a victory formation. That's the end of the half, and what a great one it was for the Howe Bulldogs. 20-3, a big crowd, and they're happy. If you win this one, you're in pretty good shape, but there's a whole nother half to go. Howe Bulldogs 20, Leonard Tigers 3 as we enter the Bullard Construction halftime show. We'll see you on the back end. Bullard Construction is owned by former Bulldog Jonathan Bullard. If you're in need of skid steer land clearing, dirt work, a pad site built, construction cleanup, fencing, automatic gates, or even more, contact Bullard Construction at 903-267-9701. They'll give you a free estimate. Bullard Construction is locally owned and operated in Howe, Texas, but serves the North Texas region. Call Bullard Construction at 903-267-9701. 903-267-9701. Here's some things to never mess with if you're not a trained professional. Caging a bulldog. Removing copperheads. And electricity. Don't get shocked. Call Rapid Electric. Rapid Electric is here for all your electrical needs. Just like you wouldn't try to become a pro boxer or president. Not a joke. You need a pro to keep your electricity humming. Don't get shocked. Rapid Electric serves the Grayson County area. Call them at 903-421-8100.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, an old school black and white Howe Bulldog. In criminal defense, you need someone who fights like a bulldog. Call me now if you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas. My number is 903-744-4252. We'll set up a free consultation. You will find out that I'm rough, tough, and I can't get enough. I'm board certified in criminal law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas. Visit my website at shermancriminallawyer.com.
All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights is proud to sponsor the Pride of Howe, Howe High School's Bandsman of the Week.
Your hometown Bulldog alumni owned and operated business is here for all your seamless gutter and outdoor Christmas lights needs. Give them a call at 903-819-9183 and let them make your house shine really bright this Christmas. All in custom gutters and Christmas lights. Give them a call at 903-819-9183. All in custom gutters and Christmas lights.
You're listening to the Bullard Construction Halftime Show. Today's Bandsman of the Week is brought to you by All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights, a firefighter family-owned business. Call them at 903-819-9183. Now let's join Monty Walker with this week's Bandsman of the Week.
All right, this week's Bandsman of the Week is Kara Wimbish. Now, when did you start going to school at Howe?
I started going to school at Howe in 5th grade after I came here from Sherman.
Now, Wimbish is a name I know, but that's from the days of broadcasting Denison games and McKinney games. Are you related to any of the Wimbishes from those towns?
Yes, sir. Actually, my uncle was one of the star football players for Denison a couple years ago. He ended up going to Kansas, and then he played in the NFL for a while. So he's something that I look up to thinking about my last name.
So you're a big part of the color guard. Huge Smile says that you really love what you're doing. Is that fair to say?
Yes, sir. Totally.
So everybody talks about your smile. When anybody brings anything up, it's just always the smile. That's got to be, does everybody ever talk about that to you?
Yes, sir. They always talk about how, like, my energy, my presence is so great, and, like, just doing something I love and being out there and, like, making other people want to do it's just something I strive for.
So how good is this year's band performance?
It honestly blows me away, like going through the routine in part 1 and all the big hits. It's just like so exciting, and I feel like I get really into it because it just like sends chills throughout my body.
So you not only color guard, but you play the flute too. How does that work?
Well, last year I was doing flute, and so I was like, let me take it up a notch this year. And so like doing choreography and being able to apply myself more through color guard has really helped me, and I'm just waiting for concert season to get my flute back out.
Now, you're in cheer also. How long have you been doing that?
For a while now, ever since like 1st grade, but I really fell in love with it whenever I was able to choose if I want to do it or not in 7th grade. And then since then, it's like every year I want to get better and better and accomplish something new.
What other things are you involved with at Howe High School?
I'm in NHS, student council, and I also am a part of GOC and just a whole lot of other things. I like to apply myself, and I like to be involved in pretty much everything.
Now, for those that don't know, we're recording this before the game starts. You're listening to this, it's at halftime, but this is a huge, huge game. This is probably the biggest game for Howe in the past 6 years as far as playoff contentions. What do you do as a cheer, as band, and all of that? What can you do to help this team get over that hump?
Just bringing the energy. I just hope everyone brings the energy on Friday night, because I feel like that's really what's going to set us apart. And like having cheer there on the sidelines, I just want everyone to be like alive and in the moment and just active through cheering for our team, and hopefully they get the win.
That is Kara Wimbish, this week's Bandsman of the Week.
Today's Bandsman of the Week is brought to you by All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights, a firefighter family-owned business. Call them at 903-819-9183. You're listening to the Bullard Construction Halftime Show. For skid steer clearing, dirt work, and other construction, call Jonathan Bullard at 903-267-9701.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
Bullard Construction is owned by former Bulldog Jonathan Bullard. If you're in need of skid steer land clearing, dirt work, a pad site built, construction cleanup, fencing, automatic gates, or even more, contact Bullard Construction at 903-267-9701. They'll give you a free estimate. Bullard Construction is locally owned and operated in Howe, Texas, but serves the North Texas region. Call Bullard Construction at 903-267-9701, 903-267-9701.
You might know that State Farm agent Corey Hernandez has great service. Corey is your good neighbor after all. But did you know State Farm has surprisingly great rates too? That's right. State Farm agent Corey Hernandez is here to help you select the right protection at the right price. Corey will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. Call State Farm agent Corey Hernandez at 903-893-8400 or visit insurancequotetexoma.com. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights is proud to sponsor the Pride of Howe High School's Bandsman of the Week. Your hometown Bulldog alumni owned and operated business is here for all your seamless gutter and outdoor Christmas lights needs. Give them a call at 903-819-9183.
Mic check,
Let them make your house shine really bright this Christmas. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights. Give them a call at 903-819-9183. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights.
You're listening to the Bullard Construction Halftime Show. Today's Lady Bulldogs Volleyball Spotlight is brought to you by Independent Financial. Now let's join Monty Walker with this week's Lady Bulldog.
This week's Lady Bulldog Spotlight is Kiera Robertson. So when did you start playing volleyball?
I started playing volleyball when I was in the 8th grade, and I played through my freshman year and then took a little bit of a break and then came back my senior year.
So you've been at Howe, moved away from Howe, came back to Howe. Talk about that.
Yeah, so my dad's a pastor, so we moved around a lot, and I was just so grateful to be able to come back to Howe and experience my graduating from high school at Howe, because it's where I grew up and spent my elementary school days. So yeah.
Do you have a favorite teacher over the years at Howe?
I'd probably, more than just a teacher, probably just the coaches, which a lot of them do teach. But my favorite part has always been athletics. It's halfway through the day, so it's a nice mental break from school, and to be able to come in and have coaches positive energy is always helpful.
So would that be Coach Anderson?
Oh, I can't pick. Probably, maybe.
Okay, you were a homecoming queen nominee. How special was that?
That was really awesome because it was just cool to be able to see how people I guess appreciated everything I do, and to know that maybe I helped some people out or made an impact at the school was cool to think about.
Big moment with your dad on the field that night?
Yes, that was really special. That's the main reason why I wanted to be on homecoming court, was to have that experience with my dad.
With the Lady Bulldogs, what is your position and role on this team?
I'd say my position and role is just to bring energy every night, and to even if we're losing, to just hype everybody up, whether I'm on the court or on the bench, just making sure that everybody has a positive attitude going into every day, and just lifting people up when they're down.
Well, that was my next question. Volleyball has hit a little losing streak, but the energy seems to still be there. Talk about that energy.
I think our team is really good at keeping up the energy and lifting each other up. That's been our main goal the whole season over winning, is just making sure that we're there for each other whenever we need it the most.
What other things are you involved with at Howe High School?
I'm involved in cheer, which is the main thing, student council and NHS, Interact Club, pretty much anything I can get involved in. I try to be involved in everything.
What are the plans after Howe High School?
Right now, the plan is to go to a medical diagnostic program and become an ultrasound tech.
All right, that is your Volleyball Spotlight, Kiera Robertson.
Today's Lady Bulldogs Volleyball Spotlight is brought to you by Independent Financial. You're listening to the Bullard Construction Halftime Show. For skid steer clear work and other construction, call Jonathan Bullard at 903-267-9701.
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage Company, Equal Housing Opportunity Company, NMLS number 3274. Michelle Castle, NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
Bullard Construction is owned by former Bulldog Jonathan Bullard. If you're in need of skid steer land clearing, dirt work, a pad site built, construction cleanup, fencing, automatic gates, or even more, contact Bullard Construction at 903-267-9701. They'll give you a free estimate. Bullard Construction is locally owned and operated in Howe, Texas, but serves the North Texas region. Call Bullard Construction at 903-267-9701. 903-267-9701. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights is proud to sponsor the Pride of Howe High School's Bandsman of the Week. Your hometown Bulldog alumni owned and operated business is here for all your seamless gutter and outdoor Christmas lights needs. Give them a call at 903-819-9183 and let them make your house shine really bright this Christmas. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights. Give them a call at 903-819-9183. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights.
You're listening to the Bullard Construction Halftime Show. For skid steer clearing, dirt work, and other construction, call Jonathan Bullard at 903-267-9701. Now let's go back to the stadium with Caroline Slauson, Justin White, Jake Roberts, and Blake Burnett.
Go Dogs! Hey, welcome to the Bullard Construction Halftime Show. I am Caroline. We're here at Bulldogs Stadium. 20-3. Bulldogs winning at half against Leonard. I guess we're just going to jump right into stats. We got the Blues here.
Sounds good to me.
I can't hear. Do we need to turn you up? Can we turn the crowd mic down? Okay, try that.
Hello?
Okay, there we go.
Y'all there? We good?
There we go.
All right, for Howe, 20-3 leading Leonard at the half. Austin Haley, quarterback, is 12 for 12 passing, 150 yards with a touchdown. He also has 8 carries for 48 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he has 20 touches of the football tonight for 198 yards and 3 touchdowns in total. Antoine Rattler has 9 carries for 36 yards. Cooper Jones has a carry for 1 yard in his wild dog package. Cooper Jones has 4 catches for 69 yards and a touchdown. Ryan Huff, 3 catches for 40 yards. Braden Ulmer, 2 catches for 20 yards. Colin Murphy, 2 catches for 23 yards. Those are the Bulldogs' offensive stats. On defense, they are led tonight by Braden Ulmer and Carson Daniels, both with 4 tackles. Matt Hayes has 3. Austin Haley has 1 tackle, an interception, and a pass breakup. Bryce Crosby, Malin Walker, and Bo Stevens has 2. Bo Stevens does have the lone sack for the Bulldogs tonight, and Cooper Jones has 2 tackles. Tristan Williams has 1 tackle and a pass breakup on defense for the Bulldogs. Now we'll jump into Leonard's stats. First, we'll start with their offense, where Jacoby LeCook, the freshman quarterback, is 4 for 11 passing with 72 yards and an interception. He also adds 7 carries for 46 yards. Braden Kramer has 6 carries for 18 yards. Cameron Armstrong has 2 catches for 22 yards. Jordan Barlange has 1 catch for 42 yards. And Ethan Richardson has 1 catch for 7 yards. Leonard's receivers are not helping out their quarterback that much tonight, as Richardson has 2 drops and Armstrong dropped a touchdown late in the first quarter. On defense, Leonard is led by Braden Harris with 6 tackles, Malik Harris with 3 tackles, Russell Murphy with 4, Trent Newby with 3, Jordan Barlange with 1, Mason Rogers with 1. That's all the stats we have so far at the half. 20-3 ball game.
Justin, are you coming on, or you want to talk? We got another mic. Is that on? So we'll talk to.
All right, there I am.
There we go. Okay, so I I'm really superstitious, so I'm hesitant to say anything because I'm like, oh, if I say something what I really think, then something will happen. But what do y'all think? What do y'all think of this team? I definitely thought it was going to be closer at this point.
I think the defense is surprising me playing as well as they.
Insane.
I mean, they are really playing with their hair on fire. They're tackling well. They're pursuing. Schematically, I think they're playing well. They're not taking good angles. No big broken plays or anything. I thought the defense done well. And the offense has been efficient.
Yeah.
Moved the ball when they need to.
Yeah. I want to talk about the offense. Coach Cater is calling a perfect game
Really is.
so far. Every time Leonard blitzes, he has the play going to the opposite side, like he's one step ahead of the Leonard defensive coordinator so far in the first half.
I know we still got another half. I got that, but Howe is the better team here. Like, just it's just so good, y'all.
It feels good.
It's good. It's good.
I think the thing is, the second half is don't get cute. Just keep doing what you're doing. I know it sounds very cliche, but don't try to overthink this or anything. Just
not change
just
a thing.
play what you've been doing. Play what you've been playing. Run the ball. We've been seeing a lot more of Austin Haley. I seem like in the first half, running the ball. How many did Rattler have?
Rattler had 9 carries for 36 yards, so right at 4 yards a carry.
So he's been kind of a little bit quiet. I mean, they've really keyed in on him.
Yeah, they've stopped him a lot.
But Austin Haley has picked up there on the slack.
Yeah, Austin has 8 carries, so they're splitting it pretty evenly between the two so far.
Have they been? It seems like they've been balancing it out too, as far as the run and pass.
We're at 17 rush attempts to 12 pass, so it's pretty balanced.
Okay, that's not bad.
So we'll take a break and we'll come back. Look at some scores. I know there's one score in particular everyone is very curious about. We'll talk about that and some others. Here at the Bullard Construction Halftime Show, 20-3, Howe on top of Leonard. We'll be back.
Baker Air Conditioning and Heating has been in business in Howe for over 50 years. They even predate the volleyball program and the marching band. Norman Dickey was the new coach when they opened up. Baker Air Conditioning and Heating has been able to serve the good people of Howe and surrounding areas because, well, they're good people. If you've been told you need expensive repairs, get a second opinion with Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. Call 903-532-6255 or see them at 215 Denny Street. Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. Baker Air Conditioning and Heating has been in business in Howe for over 50 years. They even predate the volleyball program and the marching band. Norman Dickey was the new coach when they opened up. Baker Air Conditioning and Heating has been able to serve the good people of Howe and surrounding areas because, well, they're good people. If you've been told you need expensive repairs, get a second opinion with Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. Call 903-532-6255 or see them at 215 Denny Street. Baker Air Conditioning and Heating.
Austin Haley's coming to the sidelines.
Oh no, let's hope Haley's okay. Caroline, can you get the mic in there?
Coach, I'm starving. I can't keep going.
But you're the starting quarterback.
Coach, I can't help it. I need something quick.
Hang on. Doreen, quick. Go to Sonic, get a burger, tots, and a shake.
Make it an M&M blast.
Doreen, make that an M&M blast. Large.
Coach, I'm sorry, but Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles. It's not just good.
I know, it's Sonic good. Hang on, Doreen, bring me some onion rings. Those things really bring the hammer down.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium, the Bullard Construction Halftime Show. Sorry, I thought, my bad. We are here. It is Caroline, Justin. Blizz is not here, but...
Jake, jump
Jake,
on.
hey, Jake. Okay, so we're going to talk some scores around the area. Everyone started district tonight. Whenever y'all are ready, just fire them off.
Let's see.
Well, obviously the Gunner Bells game is high on everyone's mind. Last I checked, 17-7, Gunner winning against Bells, start of the third quarter.
Let's see. Whitesboro leads Peaster 27-6. Tom Bean and Tioga.
Oh, nice.
That's a big game. Tioga leading only 7-6. I think that's in the first quarter. I guess that score is accurate. That may not be accurate. Pottsboro leading Bonham 27-7. That's in the second quarter. Alba Golden losing to Wolf City 24-0. What do you got? What else you got?
Listen, I've never heard. I'm not. Okay, I've got the Mart Panthers playing the Frost Polar Bears. Have y'all in your life ever heard of that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've heard of Mart. Mart's a good.
No, I've heard of Mart, but Frost Polar Bears? Is that a joke?
I have heard of that one.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all I can contribute to that. No. Sherman on the road at Frisco Heritage, 13-6. Start at the 6 minutes left in the third quarter on that one.
Blue Ridge, another game in District 8. Blue Ridge leading Lone Oak 14-0. That's in the second quarter. Celeste over Collinsville in the third quarter, 35-25. Aubrey leading Van Alstyne 21-0. That's at the half.
Oh, wow.
Callisburg up on S&S 34-7. Salina all over North Dallas 59-0. That's at the half.
Gainesville on top of Farmersville 10-0 at the half. Did you talk Pilot Point already? Pilot Point.
I did not.
Ponder all tied up at 28 with 6:36 left in the first half. Anna and Maybank at the half, 26-0. Anna winning big right now on the road. Okay, I think everything I'm seeing you've already gone. Yep.
Yeah, I think we got everything. Well, let's take a break and then we come back. We'll do
some highlights. All right, we'll be back to Bulldog Stadium, the Bullard Construction Halftime Show.
For Atmos Energy, I dig all around the yard. Occasionally, I bump into a utility line and get a headache. But if you hit one with your shovel, backhoe, or ditch digger, you could cause a gas leak, disrupt service, or worse. So call 811 at least 3 business days before you or someone else digs in your yard to have those underground utility-owned lines marked. It's free and it's the law. You dig what I'm saying? For more on safe digging, visit atmosenergy.com/811.
Independent Financial is proud to support Howe ISD and their hardworking students, teachers, and staff. We share your vision for a brighter tomorrow and a championship season. For every challenge, Independent Financial has you covered. Our team can suggest a wide range of financial products to make your personal banking fast and easy. Plus, we have the know-how to deliver the game-changing business banking solutions. Independent Financial, your community in your corner. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back. We're at the Bullard Construction Halftime Show. Monty Walker along with Jake Roberts. We're going to do highlights for you here from the first half. So let's get to it. The Howe Bulldogs lost the coin toss. Leonard took it to start the football game, and Howe quickly forced them to punt with a 3-and-out. Howe took the ball at the 11:04 mark. Went 12 plays, 59 yards, and scored on a 1-yard touchdown by Austin Haley. Okay, let's do that again. Okay, we're off to a good start here. That was a 1-yard touchdown by Austin Haley.
Oh, okay. Hang on. I thought we were moving on.
Cue the Benny Hill music.
Okay.
A 1-yard touchdown by Austin Haley? Oh, okay. Well, there it is. Okay, and then Leonard took the ball. They had to punt. Howe was leading 7-0 at this point. And then Howe took the ball at their 42-yard line. Got a fumble by Murphy, but KXII's video footage shows his knee was down. So Leonard lucked out on that one. Leonard took the ball at the 33-yard line and turned it over on downs to Howe, who took it at their own 30 and drove 8 plays, 70 yards, and capped it off with a 33-yard touchdown pass from Haley to Jones. That made it 14-0 with 10 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Flip it around, and Leonard got the wind at their back, and it's prevalent tonight. Took it at their own 32-yard line, drove 10 plays, 57 yards, and scored on a 29-yard field goal by Kramer. So 14-3 at that point, 7:12 left to go in the second quarter. Howe took it at their own 25-yard line and drove 10 plays, 75 yards, and it was Haley again doing it via feet. 10-yard touchdown by Haley made it 20-3. as Garcia missed the PAT into the wind. 2:10 left to go in the second quarter. And we had one final highlight as Leonard took the ball at their own 38-yard line, drove the field 8 plays, threw a prayer into the end zone, and this happened. And that basically ended the first half with Howe fighting off Leonard for a 20-3 advantage here at Bulldog Stadium. Howe, there's never been really a more important must-win. I don't know if you call it must-win District 1 game, but if it's not must-win, it's very, very, very close. And if Howe, Gunner is leading Bells 17-7 at the half. You knew Gunner's right behind this game here. And if you lose tonight, then you go to Gunner, and then you're in a precarious situation going into Bells if you lose next week. And then if you lose to Bells, you're in an extremely precarious situation, needing 2 wins to get in. Well, let me tell you something. There's a 15-point point system in this district. So you need to win by 15 if you can, and you don't need to lose by 15 if you can. If you're going to lose in this district, you need to lose. If you're Howe, you need to lose well within 15 points. On the flip side, if you're going to win, you need to win by 15 or more. You only get the 15, but if it comes down to a tiebreaker, it's the point system. And if 3 teams like Howe and Leonard and Blue Ridge are knotted up with a 2-3 record, it's going to go to a point system, and whoever did best out of those 3 teams in the points. And then it reverts back to head-to-head.
Go back to just how important this game is to Leonard. I mean, as you said, this kind of swings things one way or the other. If you lose this game, I'm not saying you can't beat Gunner, but the odds are against you. Bells is a good team. You can find yourself 0-3, trying to win those last 2. And who knows where the confidence is on this team. If things start to swing that way as far as losing confidence, and maybe they don't. You never know. But if you win tonight, think about amped up they'll be for Gunner, trying to be giant killers next week against Gunner. Especially how well they played tonight against Leonard. And really have dominated this game.
Now, we're at halftime, and we talked before the game how, if you look at the numbers and crunch the numbers, and I said, don't be surprised if you don't have a pretty good high-fiving halftime show with Howe in a pretty good commanding lead. And then Leonard's going to try to make this a game in the second half. Based on numbers, based on what they do, based on what Howe does, that's kind of been the situation when you look at the numbers. So we got a long way to go. I don't want to count any chickens just yet. Howe looking very good. We can maybe low 5 here in the press box, but I don't know if I'm ready to high 5 just yet.
Yeah, it's just hard not to get excited.
You're right. You're right.
Because we haven't seen this.
Hey, we went 22 games losing 2.
Yes.
This is exciting for us as well. It's been a long time. And, Jake Roberts has never even seen a Howe Bulldog victory until this season. So, Jake's with us here. What's your thoughts so far on this football game?
Man, it's been it's closer than the score says for sure. It's tense. There's a lot of intensity on both sides. There was some chippiness early in the game, and I'm interested to see how the chippiness carries over to the second half.
I'm also interested from the Blizzard. I missed the halftime stats. Mr. Braden Harris, how many tackles did he end up with in the first half?
He had 6 tackles in the first half.
Okay, well that averages out to 12, which is about his normal. I don't know if he's dominating the way
he has a lot of, he runs down running backs when they hit the second level a lot.
Okay, so he's not making initial contact at the line of scrimmage.
I would say it's half and half so far, 3-3.
Okay, all right, I'll take that. So Howe's about ready to come back out on the field. Matter of fact, they're doing that right now as they'll exit the big gray tunnel with the red eyes, the LED. And the Leonard Tigers, who strangely we don't normally see the visiting tunnel on the near side, on the home side, but it's on this side of the field goal post where normally the visiting tunnel is on the east side of the goalpost. But different here.
They're having to run across field.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
From one side to the other. It's kind of weird.
So here we go. Looks like the Bulldogs have Bo Stevens getting everybody ready, jumping up and down out there. And Bryce Crosby, Garen Langford, a lot of emotions coming out of the locker room.
I'm kind of curious about Braden Ulmer and see how he's doing, if we're going to see him out there.
Malin Walker even clapping his hands. Look at that. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Boy, you don't get that very often.
He gave like a first down, like when they turned them over on downs over there, he did like a.
Really?
I know.
A little emotion out of MW. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No,
I got a little excited.
MW doesn't roll off the tongue quite like a.
No, not like CD.
Yeah. Bulldogs get the ball in the second half, though. I think that's an important thing to remember, too.
And the wind at their back, I believe, to start the second half. Is that right? It is, yeah. They're going to line up and kickoff return. If I'm Leonard, I might not I might thinking about pooching this one somewhere where I might have a chance to go get it. Blizzard, how's your mic up there?
It seems to be much better.
Oh, that is better.
Is it the frequency?
It had to be. It was a frequency. We changed frequency, so I think we're okay.
Just got to deal with the wind.
And here, there it is, the onside kick. It's not going to go near 10 yards. It's going to go out of bounds. It was absolutely blunderous tech wave onside kick. But Howe's going to be in great shape getting the football here.
It went 5 yards, and then it went 6 yards, and then it went sideways out of bounds.
Yeah, it just went straight sideways towards their bench. So Howe is going to have great field position on the Leonard side of the field here to start this thing at about the 46-yard line.
And you got to think, too, with Leonard, this is an important defensive possession for them, because if Howe marches down this field and gets a touchdown, all of a sudden it's, with an extra point, it's 27-3. That's a big hill to climb in one half.
So they're spotted at the 41 because there's a 5-yard penalty tacked onto that. So, boy, net one on the kickoff.
Man.
Haley sends the man in motion, and that's Murphy. Hand off to Rattler up the middle, a big hole. And that's going to be Braden Harris on the tackle, trying to strip the ball from Rattler. But he does a great job of hanging on to it, ball at the 35-yard line.
Kind of what Blizzard said, Harris, he got past him to the second level. Harris chased him down and brought him down before he got 6-7 yards.
He's a good football player. 2nd down and 4. We haven't seen anybody in the backfield other than Rattler tonight. And a different looking formation here as Ryan Huff is in the slot on the right side, a different receiver on the far side. And here's Rattler trying to turn the corner on the near side, gets a block from Ryan Huff, and he's out of bounds near the 20-yard line after a first down run. As Rattler was shot out of a cannon, as we like to say so often, because he is.
Had 3 receivers line on that right side, handed off, went around that right edge, had those 3 receivers blocking out for him. And he don't need a lot of room and able to get a big gainer on that one.
So with Braden Ulmer out of the game, Cooper Jones now goes wide left where Huff was, and Tristan Williams comes wide right where Cooper Jones was, and Huff goes in the slot to replace Ulmer. Here is Haley trying to run the ball over the left guard, and eventually bumps it out to the left tackle. It's going to be tackled after a minimal gain to about the 19-yard line. Give him 1 after the 15-yard run by Rattler.
I thought Haley had a big hole, and all of a sudden it swallowed up quickly. I hate to be a party pooper, but I just really don't. I get kind of worried about Austin Haley taking a lot of hits on these design runs.
Well, I'm less worried these days than what I was when he was a freshman.
Right.
So it's 2nd down and 9 here, and Rattler to the left side, and they're going to fake it to him and throw right. It's caught by Tristan Williams at the 5-yard line. Brought down nearly immediately, right at the 3. And that's going to be 1st and goal from the 3.
Somehow there was a mix in coverage. LeCook was sitting there they're going quickly here.
And here's a handoff. No, Haley's going to keep it around the left edge. He stumbled for a bit, and he got to the 1. His legs went out from under him, and when he tried to cut and make the turn, And it's going to be second and goal from the 1.
The previous play, there was a breakdown in coverage, and Tristan Williams was wide open on that slant on that RPO. They got him down near the goal line.
This is the wild dog. Cooper Jones sends a man in motion. He's going to try to keep it up the middle over the left tackle, over left guard rather. He's in. It's touchdown time in Texas. 9:56 on the clock here in the third, and Howe goes up 26-3, awaiting this PAT.
Nothing complicated about it. Got it in the shotgun. The wild dog took it himself, went around the left guard, and just bulldozed his way in. 27-3, pinning the extra point.
And the PAT looks good, and it is. 27-3, Howe in the lead. It's a 6-play, 59-yard drive. We'll be right back. Who's your local plumber? Brother Plumber. It's good to know someone local and someone you can trust when your home or office drops the ball.
Mainline break, 15 yards.
Brother Plumber is plumb professional and serves not only Howe, but also all of Grayson County. And you can save yourself 10% if you mention Go Bulldogs. Visit us online at brotherplumber.com. We'd love to help. Brother Plumber is one call away at 469-968-4487. Visit us online at brotherplumber.com. Remember, Go Bulldogs.
Hi, this is Matt Linder with Linda Hamill Insurance. Your home field is where everything happens. And I'm not talking about Bulldog Stadium. We're talking about your home, your car, and your life. For over 30 years, we've been offering bundled discounts on home, auto, and life. We offer Germania and Progressive insurance protection, as well as many others to suit your needs. Call us today at 903-965-4098 or come by and see us at 106 North Broadway in Bells, Texas. That's 903-965-4098.
Your Tech Wave kickoff bangs in and out of the end zone. And Leonard will have the ball at their own 25-yard line. The scoring drive recap, your hit exterior scoring drive recap, 6 plays, 59 yards. It went, well, it was a wild dog Cooper Jones touchdown over left guard. Finished it off. And our new score, 27-3 with 9:56 on the clock. Anybody feeling okay?
I'm feeling a lot better. Get that first drive out of the way, increase your lead, you're up 24.
Guys, Braden Ulmer did get a cast on his wrist during half, and he's only playing defense for the rest of the game.
Oh, so he is out there, wow.
Sorry for the score. It was obviously wrong. I don't know how long it's been like that. Here's a handoff to Kramer running out right side, trying to bounce it out. Brought down. A very good job of scraping to the ball. And it's going to be a minimal gain of about 2 yards as Bo Stevens is getting into it with players almost every play.
Not much on that gain. Trying to get outside, trying to get behind one of his receivers. I think it was Richardson trying to block for him, and Stevens did a good job over there on that side.
2nd down and 8 coming up after the 2-yard gain by Kramer. And LeCook wants to throw the screen pass out to Armstrong, does, and he can't break the tackle on the far edge. And that's going to be no gain, as I believe that was Tristan Williams making the tackle on the far side, and that'll be 3rd down and maybe 7. Maybe they'll give him one there.
It was a quick pass out to Armstrong, and it was a little bit, just a tad bit behind him. He had to catch on his left side and then go upfield to his right, and gave Bulldogs just an extra second to pursue it.
Ball at the 28-yard line. Turner, Walker, and Crosby, the 3-man front for Howe. Daniels right behind Walker. Here is LeCook wanting to throw, flushed out of the pocket by Walker, or by Crosby rather, and here is a great play, and a penalty is going to be called against the back for pass interference, and I believe that's Bo Stevens in coverage. It would have been a 1st down right at the marker, but the ball fell incomplete, and apparently
it's a legal man downfield
is it?
on Harris.
Well, that's even better.
I thought that was pass interference because it occurred right when Stevens came over the back to knock that away.
That's when the flag came out.
That's when the flag came
at the
out.
same spot. My apologies to Bo Stevens.
And I thought that too, but because I thought Stevens got there just in time, but I guess it wasn't an eligible man downfield.
So it's 4th down and punt time for the Leonard Tigers. And Cooper Jones will go back to return this thing, and he'll stop at about the 43-yard line. Kramer to bang it away, stands inside his 20. It's a high punt, goes right into the teeth of the wind, bounces out of bounds at the 44-yard line. So the net of about 15 right there on the punt. Not a good punt by Kramer or the Leonard Tigers special teams unit. Howe's going to have great field position again.
Another 3 and out by this Bulldog defense. And now offensively, you can take some chances and really blow this thing wide open, more than it already is.
I don't know how many chances I would take, though.
I want to put this thing away.
Well, I would too, but hey, take about a 10-play drive right here and punch it in.
Don't give them any time.
I'd just like to be safe and, who knows? 3 receivers near side, 1 up top is Jones, handoff Rattler. Up the middle, bounces out, now bounces it inside, finally going to be brought down 2 yards to the 40. All of that in 2 yards. Rattler can do so much within 2 yards. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't as big of a hole, but got a little something of it, and good job of that defensive line. Eat him up.
2nd down and 8 from the Leonard 40. And they look to the sideline for the play. Rattler to the right side now, goes out of the backfield. He's going to get the swing pass. He makes the catch, 40, 35, looking out to the 30. He gets a pretty good block. I believe that was either Huff or Tristan Williams on the near side. And that's enough for a first down to move the sticks. And Howe will have it at the Leonard 30, 10-yard gain.
Got that swing pass and had Michael Riddle, Tristan Williams, and Ryan Huff all blocking for him. Gave him a nice little pathway there to get that first down on yards after the catch.
1st and 10, Howe moving left to right with the wind at their back. Huff and Williams on the near side. Man coming in motion is Cooper Jones on the slot, and he gets the toss, but there's a flag before we get underway. False start against Howe as he was met by Braden Harris. And I don't know if that would have worked that way had the play kept going without whistles, but he was due right there to be popped in the mouth.
Yeah, Harris was waiting for Cooper Jones. And I don't know if Cooper probably wouldn't have backed down. He probably would have tried to run right over him, but that'd be a big man to run over in Harris.
So ball at the 35, left to right. Haley wants it, and now they look to the side. Again, a big wind coming through here. You can hear it off our crowd mic. And a quick pass out to Williams, who makes the catch near side 30, dragging a couple of defenders to the 22-yard line, near a first down. A great job by Williams, Tristan Williams, for yards after catch right there. Those are yak yards.
It was, and he locked up with LeCook and then just kept driving LeCook back. Jacoby LeCook, the quarterback, or playing cornerback at that point, and just kept driving him back and got the extra yardage after the catch. Maybe caught it and then went about 8 or 9 yards, pushing him back.
13 yards on the pass and catch from Haley to Williams. And it's 2nd down and short. Huff goes in motion from right to left. Handoff Rattler to right guard, right tackle. Scraping down the line, cutting it inside. First down and more. And finally drug out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. And again, it's Braden Harris scraping all over to make the tackle.
He just needed a couple of yards and able to get the first down. And even when he got, he kind of hits that wall, hits Harris and the rest of the defensive line. He keeps moving those legs to get him a couple extra yards.
Ball at the 17, 5-yard gain, 1st and 10. And Murphy looking for the play. He's got his hands waving in the air. I think he's got it now. It's Jones, Murphy, and Huff on the far side. Williams by himself. Leonard was showing blitz there. Now they back off after Howe jumps back to look for the play. Rattler to the right side, and now whistles. And do we have a timeout? We've got a timeout for Howe. We'll take 1-2. We'll be right back right after this.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage Company, Equal Housing Opportunity Company, NMLS number 3274. Michelle Castle, NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
Well, if you're a Howe fan, things look pretty good right now. Cruising to a 27-3 lead with 5:38 left to go in the third quarter, and knocking on the door for more right here with a 1st and 10 inside the 20. Is Howe for real? Will the chat room stop now finally?
They got to. This is going to be a statement game, maybe a statement win if they hold on.
3 receivers left. Haley, quick pass out. Williams again makes the catch again, trying to fight for yardage, and does for about a 5-yard gain up to maybe the 12-yard line. As that was very quick right out of the chute.
Same thing, faked it to Rattler, and then just quick pass over to Williams. And Williams is not going to dance around anybody. He can go straight through you.
It's Randy Slaughter now playing up on Tristan Williams a little bit, the cornerback. And now Rattler moves to the left side of Haley. And he pulls it out of Rattler and tries to throw the quick end pass to Murphy on the slant, but it falls incomplete. It was just ahead of him. And it's now 3rd down and 5.
Was that his first incompletion?
I think it might have been.
He was 16 of 16 before that.
Wow.
With 4:59 to go in the third quarter, he throws the first incompletion.
Wow. Wow. Just wow. 3rd and 5, Haley rolls out left, looking downfield, wants to throw, fires lofts it in the end zone, and it's going to be, I believe it's picked off in the back of the end zone. There's a flag down at the 3 or 4, however. We're going to have to check that.
We got intercepted by Cameron Armstrong.
It might be a legal man downfield on Howe.
It's against Howe.
And it's declined, so boy, that takes points off the board. That's a very costly mistake.
That was a heck of a play by Armstrong.
I couldn't see who that was intended for, but Armstrong read it.
I think it was Murphy.
Armstrong read it and did a good job kind of playing center field and tracking it down.
I thought Murphy got held in the end zone, but I guess not.
4:53 on the clock here in the third, and Howe gives Leonard a chance right here. It looked for a moment Howe could maybe put the final nail or one of the final nails in this thing, but Leonard has life. And they'll come to the line of scrimmage 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. 4:53 on the clock here in the third. Howe leads 27-3. Hand off to Kramer over right guard, and met and brought down by Malin Walker after about a 3-yard gain up to the 23, maybe a 2-yard gain.
Man, that defensive line is getting off the ball quickly.
And Kramer is slow to get up. He is very slow to get up. And we've yet to see Ja'Cory Bush into the game at running back. It's been Kramer all night, and he is not wanting – he's really having some issues here. Rolling over, and he's in a lot of pain.
You see Bush over on the far sideline, Ja'Cory Bush, but for whatever reason, he's not in the game.
Well, this may take a moment. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this.
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs.
The injured Leonard Tiger is still down, and it's Braden Kramer, the tailback. He's been the tailback all night, and he's taken no weight at all on his right foot. So that's a situation where you're probably not going to come back. I've seen that, and to see a kid come back from that kind of hopping off the field usually doesn't happen. So it appears Leonard will have a new tailback for the remainder of the game, and we have yet to see Ja'Cory Bush, who has been, kind of the lead back there. He's not there, but the young man who is there is Malik Harris, and he is thick.
5'11", 210 they get him listed as.
Two receivers either side. 2nd down and 8 for Leonard as LeCook rolls out right. The freshman quarterback under pressure by Walker, who was almost right. He forced him to throw it out of bounds as Walker was right on top of him and drug him to the ground just as he threw.
Yeah, LeCook rolled to his right, held on that ball as long as he humanly possibly could before Walker drilled him into the turf.
And there's a late flag, and we'll see what that is. It was in the area of where Walker and LeCook were, or did they pick it up? Apparently they picked it up.
Yeah, I think they picked it up.
So it's 3rd down and 8, 4:31 on the clock. And LeCook rolls out right, throws it, heaves it deep down the field, coming back to the football, and it's incomplete for Armstrong. And coverage was Williams, and if Armstrong could have come back, he could have made that catch because Williams had his back turned to the quarterback.
Yeah, went for the long ball, the home run, and that was severely underthrown. You're right, he almost was able to come back and and catch that, but it was just a...
And if he would have come back and caught it and kept his feet, he might have scored because Williams' momentum was going the other way and he never saw the ball.
He didn't know it was underthrown.
So 4th down and long, and they leave the offense on the field here. LeCook with 2 receivers near side, 3 receivers actually, wants to heave it deep down the field, does. Matt Hayes had a beat on it and just missed the ball, and it's going to be complete to Ethan Richardson for a 1st down. And he gets up hobbling. But Matt Hayes had a beat on that ball, put his arms up in the air, and it just went by his fingertips.
Kind of a deep post pattern, and again, that ball seemed like it was in the air for a little bit, but Hayes just couldn't get to it. Tristan Williams was also there in coverage and just couldn't get to it in time and convert a big 3rd down for Leonard.
1st and 10, right to left goes Leonard. That was into the teeth of the wind, too, and that probably played a factor on the Cam Armstrong ball a moment ago. Malik Harris runs out of the backfield as LeCook thinks about the swing pass. He's under pressure by Walker, throws the swing pass, caught by Harris. He's going to be brought down, slung down by Bryce Crosby at the 46-yard line. That's a man's play right there.
LeCook had to hurry up and get rid of it, threw it up. It may have been better for Harris just to let that thing go and be an incomplete pass, but he did make something out of it. Got to cut about a yard on the play.
Well, he made a high pass on the screen pass because Walker was right in his face.
He had to hurry and get rid of it.
2nd down and 8, right to left. 3 down lineman for Howe. Here's a handoff to Harris up the middle. Stevens is there. Walker is there. And he'll gain 2 yards.
Harris is a big back. Can't get to see a lot of speed of him yet, but he can push for an extra 2 or 3 yards. That's about what he did on that run. Another big 3rd down for Leonard, trying to keep this drive alive.
It's the 5th straight game Walker's been wearing that towel from 1989.
And it's still intact, huh?
3rd down and 5. Leonard from the Howe 43-yard line, right to left. Man goes in motion. LeCook rolls near side. He's just going to keep it. Run behind the big body of Harris, but Walker is right there to meet him right at the 40-yard line. And all of a sudden, Walker getting a lot of tackles here in the second half. It's 4th down and 2.
Bulldogs do a good job of just not over pursuing, kind of staying home and kind of moving along, moving with the ball carrier with LeCook. And they get it, and then at the attack point, able to make the tackle.
LeCook looking to the sideline for the play. There's 1:48 on the clock here in the 3rd. Howe leads 27-3. LeCook, the freshman, barks at his offensive lineman. Alone in the backfield with an H-back newbie. He's going to keep it and buried at the line of scrimmage. Walker and Daniels, the law office. And now a late flag comes in on Bo Stevens.
Braden Harris and Bo Stevens are getting into it. Harrison pointed his finger at Bo Stevens. I wonder if this is on Harris.
It could be.
Because Bo Stevens was on his back at this time.
It's going to be personal foul against Leonard. So that one on Braden Harris, and that's a big one. Now a late flag comes in again. As I believe Braden Harris may have lost his cool a little bit. He's been strung up by Malin Walker all night long. Not able to do the things he normally does.
Walker has got into his head, Stevens has got into his head, and now Braden Harris is having to go to the sidelines. And maybe cool off for just a little while.
You know, what's the 2 personal foul penalty rule?
Blizzard maybe Blizzard's our Mike Pereira.
It should be ejection, but there was a pass interference. It was only a 5-yard penalty earlier too, so I had no clue.
Well, I was wondering if both of those were on him right there.
They should have been, yes.
So Howe will not only have the football, but they'll be marching down well inside Leonard territory to the 30.
That was a 30-yard penalty. The 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties.
What a play. Let's not get drawn off sides here by the play by Daniels and Walker to stop him on 4th down. What a play the law office of Daniels and Walker. Here's a swing pass out. Cooper Jones makes the catch behind the 30, bounces out left side. It's going to be tackled. No, he spins out of that one. 20 down to the 19, 18-yard line. A first down run by Cooper Jones. Talk about yak yards. That one just yacked all over the turf.
Well, he would not be denied. Got the quick pass. Thought he was going to be pushed back. Kept going. Kept turning those legs and refused to go down. And somehow, some way, get the first down out of it.
1:02 on the clock. As Haley and Rattler look to the side with Jones split out wide to the far side. 1st and 10, left to right. Wind at their back. Huff in the slot, right side. And this is going to be a handoff. No, Haley's going to keep it up the middle. A big lane up the middle. First down and more inside the 5. First down and goal coming up at the 4.
Man, fake the
13 yards.
Fake the jet sweep to Murphy and then just right the gut. Like you said, a big lane opened up for Austin Haley to go through. He could have fit 3 or 4 Austin Haleys go through that. It was so big of a hole.
Well, you got to remember Braden Harris not into the game. At least I don't believe he is for the moment. And that opens up a big hole in the defense. Haley wants it here. Handoff Rattler, right guard. He's in. No question. It's touchdown time in Texas. Howe adds another score with 10 seconds left to go in the 3rd. It's 33-3, awaiting the PAT.
The momentum is all on the side of Howe. I think Leonard is starting to unravel here. And Howe is taking complete advantage, complete control of this game, and looking to go 1-0 in district.
Garcia on for the PAT. It's up, it's high, and it is good. 34-3 with 10 seconds left to go in the 3rd. We'll be right back right after this.
You might know that State Farm agent Corey Hernandez has great service. Corey is your good neighbor after all. But did you know State Farm has surprisingly great rates too? That's right. State Farm agent Corey Hernandez is here to help you select the right protection at the right price. Corey will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. Call State Farm agent Corey Hernandez at 903-893-8400 or visit insurancequotetexoma.com. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
Your hit exterior scoring drive recap for Howe was 4 plays and 30 yards. And it was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown by Antoine Rattler. And Howe takes a 34-3 lead here at Bulldog Stadium in the district opener. with Gunner looming around the corner. That's your hit exterior scoring drive recap. Your Tech Wave kickoff is just due any moment now as Garcia breaks the huddle and sends everybody down the line, down the 35. It's teed up at the 40, wind behind his back. Let's see what Garcia can do here. He sailed it into the end zone, or at least bounced it into the end zone a couple of times tonight. Here's a low line drive kick, same thing. Going to bounce at about the 7 or 8, roll into the end zone. And again, Leonard will take possession at their own 25-yard line.
And now we got another flag over on the side. I'm telling you, Leonard is starting to fall apart here. Coach Dozier needs to kind of rally the troops over there on that side because they are rattled.
So I'm not sure who it was. Blizzard, to get a look at it?
I'm sure how you get a
Colton Little was the guy who got hit. I cannot tell you who did the hit, though.
Well, Colton Little has been Mr. Special Teams this year. Bill Bates all over the field. We talked about it 2 weeks ago. But you're right. They're going to have to settle in a little bit here as Leonard.
They still got another quarter of football to play.
And they came in here flying high, winning 4 games in a row, sitting 4-1, appearing to head against a team who had lost 10 straight a year ago and 10 before that. But these aren't the same Howe Bulldogs.
They are not.
So the delay in action is the officials talking about this. We haven't talked to our Night Furniture sideline reporter in a while. Caroline, are you still with us?
Oh, I'm here.
Okay.
We are here.
I didn't know if you got some nachos maybe. I know we were talking about how hungry we were.
I'm getting anxious.
Yeah.
Personal foul against Leonard.
So Howe's defense getting pretty excited right here. Bo Stevens waving his arms. Talking a little bit.
Now you just got to make sure this Howe defense, this Howe team stays poised as well. They don't try to get too hyped up and start making stupid penalties themselves.
The ball's going to be spotted at the 11. So, okay. Okay. That's odd. I would think it'd be the 10, but okay. So right to left goes Leonard, right? And Malin and, let's see, nope, they switch positions here. A different look. Malin Walker running a defensive end here, right in the face of the running back, Harris, who tries to make his way up the sideline and does. I'm not sure that's Harris. And now another late flag comes in. And I think that's going to be on Leonard again.
It's Crosby, and I believe that was Murphy. Russell Murphy in the mix of it. Sorry.
I can see this one going on Crosby.
Crosby and Russell Murphy were kind of locking horns.
Well, this has got to be sorted out. The officials are going to, at some point, have to take charge of this thing. And we talked about it early in the game, how they were letting them go at it. And if you don't take charge of it early in the game, you have situations like this late in the game. Because it's been brewing.
Yeah.
And it's very obvious.
And again, like I said, Howe's going to need to kind of compose themselves too. They're in the lead. They got. They're a quarter away from going 1-0 in district. They're good right now. They don't need to get involved in any kind of extracurricular after this.
First down at 10. LeCook, handoff up the middle, and that's Ja'Cory Bush. He escapes for 8-9 yards. A good run. For the first time tonight, we've seen Bush, and another flag comes out.
Well, we had Tank Turner hit the quarterback Armstrong way after the play. I mean, I just don't know why.
Number 12 in on the tackle.
So the ball right now is spotted at the 40.
Against the Bulldogs.
But that penalty, Howe's just giving them yardage now. That's 30 yards that Howe's given them on back-to-back plays, just giving them. And I believe Howe's called a timeout, and they want to talk about this.
No,
is it the end of the quarter? Okay. Pay attention, Monty. We'll be right back.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, an old-school black and white Howe Bulldog. In criminal defense, you need someone who fights like a bulldog. Call me now if you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas. My number is 903-744-4252. We'll set up a free consultation. You will find out that I'm rough, tough, and I can't get enough. I'm board certified in criminal law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas. Visit my website at shermancriminallawyer.com.
Ethan Mayo into the game for Howe, as I believe Crosby has checked out for the moment. They're keeping an eye on Crosby. So the ball now spotted on the Howe side of the field at the 46-yard line.
We have an untied down coming up.
Wow. So now Crosby's going to come in, and Ethan Mayo will check out.
Interesting there.
What if he begged his way back in? Come on, Coach, I promise. I won't do it again.
I'll be good.
I'll be good. So Leonard has it 1st and 10 after 30 penalty yards against Howe in consecutive plays. Handoff to Corey Bush, right side. He is really hard to bring down. That's 6 or 7 yards. And now a late flag on Crawford Beebe against Tank Turner. And that's going to be a personal foul against Leonard.
Man, we got flags almost every other play at this point.
And they're all personal fouls.
They are.
Man. So that one's going to take the ball at least back on the Leonard side of the field. This is still the first play. The first play of the drive. Technically, there's been no plays. Because
really?
every play there's been a flag.
I don't think I realized that. It looks like we've either got a timeout or gets a timeout.
That was an untimed down.
Oh, so now this is...
So I don't know if this is another untimed down either.
An untimed down.
Yeah, because the penalty happened before right as the quarter ended, so it was an untimed down.
You can't end a quarter on a penalty.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if this is another untimed down or they're going to flip.
Can you just keep doing this and over and over and over until
somebody doesn't commit a penalty?
Until somebody doesn't decide to murder someone?
They flipped the field this time, it looks like.
So maybe this is the start of the third quarter now. Yeah, they flipped the field, so this is...
You learn something new all the time, an untimed down. I don't think I've ever been a part of a situation where there's an untimed down.
I'll be honest, I didn't know it, but Roger said it on the PA, so...
Huh. Wow. So
this will be the first play of the third quarter.
Fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter.
They flip sides, and the ball rests at the 42-yard line. Leonard in their own territory, middle of the field. Left to right go the Leonard Tigers. And I believe it's Cam Armstrong in at quarterback. He looks left, fires it deep down the field, and that's almost picked off by Matt Hayes as he had a beat on it, and it falls incomplete. Hayes had 2 picks 2 weeks ago against SNS.
Deep throw in the middle of the field, and Armstrong's got a cannon on him. Just overshot Richardson.
So it's Armstrong and Bush in the backfield right now for the Leonard Tigers. Randy Slaughter in the slot to the right side. And Armstrong wants to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Crosby chasing down the sidelines, and he goes out of bounds after about a 3 or 4 yard gain. And it'll be 4th down and a country mile for the Leonard Tigers.
Well, Bulldogs able to get pressure, only rushing 3 and dropping 8 in there, and still able to flush Armstrong out of the pocket.
4 yards shy of midfield is Leonard on 4th down and about, 18 or 19 yards here. Got to get to the 36-yard line of Howe to pick up a 1st down. Armstrong drops back, looking left, throws left, deep down the field, and that's almost picked off by Williams, and it is! Tristan Williams comes up with the interception. the 27-yard line, and Howe will flip sides, and the offense will head into the wind.
Textbook coverage by Tristan Williams. Was right there in coverage with the receiver, kind of watching the ball, watching Armstrong as he released it, and then was able to kind of stay right there in coverage, able to jump it and get the interception, come down with it.
11:43 left to go in the game. Howe with a 34-3 lead. I would imagine they're going to try to keep the ball on the ground right here. Try to milk this clock for all it's worth. Braden Harris back into the game at nose tackle, right on top of Malin Walker. Rattler gets the carry, coming near side, looking for a block. Beats the defenders to the sideline on about a 9-yard run as Randy Slaughter hit him out of bounds and then flexed his muscles, but Rattler got a 9-yard gain. That's like celebrating in the end zone when you're down by 30.
Rattler went out of bounds on that one. Kind of stayed, stops the clock for a little bit.
3 receivers on the right side, and Haley and everybody look to the side. Ethan Mayo into the game at receiver on the bottom. Rattler still at tailback. New receivers in on the other side. Rattler gets the carry over left guard. First down and more across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Rattler is very quick off the line of scrimmage.
Behind his left guard, maybe left tackle, maybe right behind Jesus Garcia.
So Garrett Gibbs, I believe, into the game at slot receiver. And Colin Murphy comes to the near side along with Ethan Mayo. So Ryan Huff, or wait a minute, is that Huff on the far side? That's Huff instead of Garrett Gibbs.
Huff and Jones.
Yeah, Huff and Jones on the far side. First and 10 for Howe. Clock rolls. Murphy goes in motion. They give it to Rattler up the middle. Another big gainer of about 6 or 7 yards near midfield with 10:40 on the clock. Second down and about 4 coming up.
Rattler just running between the tackles, and he's starting to get 5, 6, 7 yards a clip now. Had a quiet first half, but he's starting to get some big gains here.
Should we start talking about who we're going to interview? Second down and 4.
Yeah, now who do you interview?
Well, I don't know. There's been some Carson Daniels, perhaps. He's had a great game. Rattler swing pass out of the backfield. He can't hang on to it as it goes in and out of his hands. It was quickly thrown by Haley as he had pressure coming up the middle. And that stops the clock at 10:01. Yeah, we haven't interviewed Carson Daniels yet this year. He's played a great game tonight. Caroline ultimately, I guess, is in charge. She has the microphone.
Right. Somebody on that defense has to.
I think it has to be a defensive player for sure. Maybe Tank Turner. Third down and 4. Haley's going to try to do it himself, and he can't do it. He's hit down immediately. Trying to run right behind left guard or center, and nowhere to go. It's going to be 4th down and about 6 after he loses 2 yards. Back to the 46-yard line.
That defensive line got a good push up front that time, kind of knocked the offensive line back.
The punt team comes on for the first time tonight for the Howe Bulldogs.
Wow, think about that. 9:34, 9:33, 9:32 counting in the game, and the first time they're going to punt tonight.
Against a 4-1 team in 3A Division II district play. I don't want to hear that Howe hasn't played anybody. I don't want to hear it anymore.
Not now.
I don't want to hear it anymore. Here's the punt by Jones. It's a wobbly kick into the wind, low kick, short kick, bounces and rolls to about the 37-yard line, and that's where Leonard will take over from their own 37.
Garcia, number 54, down
after the Cooper Jones punt. There's 9:07 left to go in this football game. Howe with a comfortable lead, but
final score, Gunter 24.
You don't want to take your foot off the throat, do you?
No, but I mean,
I'll tell you
I'm
what.
starting to see the wind. I mean, it's it's starting to I'm starting to see the victory line getting ready to be turned on here tonight. I mean, you've been 34-3. You're up by 31 points. 9:07 to go.
How about Tristan Williams for an interview?
That'd be a good one.
How about Matt Hayes? I mean, we didn't really talk to him all season. We haven't talked to Crosby, I don't believe, have we?
Yeah, Crosby would be a real good one.
1st and 10. This is going to be Armstrong. He jukes out the defender of Bo Stevens. Going down the sidelines, 1st down and more. Finally run out of bounds by Carson Daniels around midfield, but he juked Bo Stevens and made him fall down.
Yeah.
And that'll be a 1st down run.
I couldn't see who it was at first, and I see Stevens rise up from the ashes there after he was had his ankles broke.
The whole crowd went, whoa! Not as big a crowd as homecoming, obviously, but a big crowd. Thanks to Coach Simmons, perhaps. Although I don't
had the bullhorn out earlier.
Coach Simmons,
yeah,
at the 36-yard line. Yep. 1st and 10, and this is going to be Armstrong kind of trying to keep it around the left edge, and Crosby tracks him down. A 2 or 3 yard gain, and now a late flag comes in again.
Man, Crosby was not going to let him get. I mean, he was right there on him. Armstrong had him beat, but Crosby just stayed right with him. If he didn't get to him, Cooper Jones was going to tackle him.
And this is going to be against Leonard. Tell you what, Howe Bulldogs defense. When you look at this thing, they have completely changed the whole thing. They were one of the worst defenses in the entire state of Texas a year ago. The entire state.
I mean, they literally broke school records of being the worst defense.
They gave up 612 yards to Winsboro a year ago.
Man.
This team is completely different. Ball back inside the 40 to the 38. And this will be a pass by Armstrong who overshoots everybody. And it'll be
another flag.
Another flag comes down.
Oh, gosh.
So this is in the area of Crosby again, but this is going to be against Leonard. Personal foul against Leonard, or is it offsetting? Or declined. It was declined. Okay.
I feel like we need to get Crosby out of the game. They're kind of targeting him a little bit.
They're trying to get in his head.
Yeah, they're trying to get in his head.
So that'll bring up 3rd down and very long. You know, they're going to have to get to quick check or so before they can pick up this 1st down. Armstrong sends Harris out of the backfield. Malik Harris setting up the screen, bubble screen, and that's going to be caught coming near way and making a few tackles, and I think he's going to be close to a 1st down. And now a late flag comes in again. The pass was caught by Berlanier, and it's going to be just shy of the 1st down, I believe. But let's check the flag.
Looks like a holding against Leonard.
Man. Boy, they're starting to rack up the penalties all of a sudden.
That was a good run by
Barlani.
Barlani, is how you say his name? On that wide receiver screen. Almost got the front. I mean, it's going to be about a yard short, I think.
So we'll check to see where the hold was. Coach Lance Bryan is talking to the official. It's going to be a hold against Leonard.
All right, guys. Hey, listen, Trey talks.
Oh, good.
Oh, good. Okay, so Trey, you have been just a huge part of this team as football manager. Are you going to take your managerial skills to basketball?
Yes, ma'am.
Very short, sweet, to the point. All right, well, we'll see you on the court.
Thank you very much. Always enjoy Trey Talks. As quick as they are, you got to really pay attention.
Listen, we talk about what we're going to ask. It took us all game to think of that and not get that answer.
We got to coach him on no yes and no answers. We got to coach him to elaborate a little bit. 3rd down, Armstrong wants to fire it. Flushed out of the pocket. Walker chasing him to the far side. Still on a beat, and he fires it incomplete as Crosby hit him right as he threw the football. And there's a flag.
Is it a late hit? Roughing the passer?
I think it's going to be roughing the passer on Crosby.
As soon as Armstrong got rid of it, he kind of hit him almost like in the head area. Kind of clubbed him almost. That he didn't need to do.
I think you're right. It's probably time to get Crosby out just for those kind of reasons. They may be targeting him. The officials definitely have their eye on him.
It's better to be safe than sorry at this point.
Yeah. So that's going to go against Howe and against Crosby. How many penalties has Crosby had this year?
Gosh.
I mean, you get what you get. You're going to get play with his hair on fire. We've said this before.
But you're going to get fire.
You're going to get fire.
You got to take the good with the bad.
You're going to get burned. But they are too.
They're still trying to sort this out. These flags are prolonging this game.
Walker having a conversation with the Leonard center right there. Everybody else is gathered around the officials. They're over there chit-chatting. I'd like to know what's going on in that conversation.
That's sportsmanlike conduct. And here Crosby's coming out now.
Yeah, Ethan Mayo checking in. I think that's a wise decision, Coach Brian and Coach Harvey. That'll move the sticks. It's a first down for Leonard at the 44-yard line. Boy, this thing has been riddled with penalties. 8:10 left to go in the fourth.
We
got to get this game over with.
30, 45 minutes to get to this fourth quarter.
Man. I mean, I know the referee drove from Mesquite, okay? I know he wants to get home. Come on. But that's what happens when you don't clean it up in the first quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And Caroline made that point early in the game. They're just letting them go.
It's like it's too late now to clean it up. Or they've waited too long to clean it up?
They've waited too long to clean it up.
And, there's a fine line because a lot of times these days we think, oh, man, they just call everything, let them play. Well, now we see the opposite.
Yeah, now that, there's a flag every play because they let them play too much.
Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to recoup and try to, get order here, but it's too late. It's too late. First and 10, left to right. Leonard, I know, still have the ball. Armstrong in the gun, handoff. No, he's going to keep it around the left edge. A great ball fake, and he's going to be brought down after about a 6 or 7 yard gain to the 33-yard line. Carson Daniels on the tackle for the Bulldogs. And there's still a lot of talking. There's a lot of talking now. A late flag comes in. 2 flags come in.
Jeez.
You got to stop talking.
Make a tackle.
And
then everybody goes separate ways.
And it appeared it was a yellow hat that was doing the talking there, but it's just at some point, let's go.
And it wasn't a vicious tackle. I think Armstrong almost slid down when he went down. Daniels was the one who made the tackle, and then they just some chirping afterwards.
Apparently a timeout's been called.
By who?
Well, or maybe it is an official's timeout. Now, this is against Leonard. We just go back and forth. Back and forth with penalties back and forth. I mean, this drive has gone, my goodness.
It's between the 30-yard line of Howe and the 40-yard line of Leonard,
and
something like that.
And nobody does anything. It's just personal fouls back to back to back to back. My goodness. What an ugly, ugly game this has turned into be. And the officials are talking up front saying, hey, you're going to have to calm down. He's telling both defensive linemen and offensive linemen. Third down and very long here. Snap back. And Ethan Richardson was in the game at quarterback. He hands off up the middle. And that's Malik Harris, I believe, who's hard to bring down. And he finally is after about a 6 or 7 yard gain. Off the bottom of the pile is Ethan Mayo.
About 5 yards.
Harris kind of pinballed his way and bounced off a couple of defenders and backpedaled for 2 or 3 extra yards on that one. Now it's 4th down.
4th and 14 perhaps for the Leonard Tigers. They've been able to convert on these things, as we haven't seen LeCook in quite some time. And now Ethan Richardson into the game at quarterback. Malik Harris will stand to his left. And Richardson throws up, and now he's going to be intercepted. Braden Ulmer from the 35 on the far side and slung out of bounds hard. And there's going to be some scrapping going on the far side as Ulmer was slammed down hard, but he gets up running across the field, and more late flags come.
They're both on Carson Daniels.
What's that?
They're going to both be on Carson.
It was thrown behind the receiver. Richardson rolled to his left, threw it behind the receiver, and then Ulmer just kind of happened to look up, and the ball's in his hand. Cast and all, able to catch that. And run it back 10 or 15 yards over to the Leonard side, pushed out of bounds. Was it a late hit against Ulmer?
Well, he got hit pretty hard as he was going
Harris
out of bounds.
was holding Ulmer up as he tackled him out of bounds, and then Carson went and hit Harris, and then Carson ran his mouth to the ref after it.
Okay,
So I'm just tuning in, but he has a hurt wrist, possibly broken, and they're hitting him late on.
We lost you.
It's something.
Come back.
Can you hear me?
There you go.
Something I noticed that it just dawned on me, and I could be wrong, but I don't remember. You know how in coin toss usually the umpires will tell the captains, "Hey, if this game gets out of control, I'm coming to y'all to settle this down." I don't remember them saying that.
Yeah, I don't know that happened.
I don't remember hearing that speech either.
Yeah, pretty impressive by Ulmer, who's had that wrist injury ever since maybe right before the half.
Blizzard, have you been able to keep up with how many penalties?
I usually do, but I lost track a long time ago. There's been like one every other play this fourth quarter, so.
That would be interesting to hear what that is.
Well, we get it. At least, hey, there's something good right there. I tell you what, after all this nastiness that we've seen between these two teams, right there, I give props to Russell Murphy, who just gave a little high five there to Jesus Garcia. And as there's downtime right now, and those two are having a conversation, and Garcia's, fist bumping a couple of those guys. And, hey, after all that, that's what you like to see.
Officials are talking to Coach Bryan. He's not liking the explanation he's getting. He's kind of getting animated. He's got his headset off and giving it an earful, and then kind of walking off now.
Uh-oh. He's really animated.
He really is.
Conduct called on both teams.
It's how football, though.
Bulldogs ball.
My goodness.
I'm kind of curious what he's saying.
Let's get this thing going. Just roll the clock. Let's go. You hear the crowd saying, let's go, come on.
The locals are getting restless.
At some point in a basketball game, this is where the crowd starts saying, boring.
Yeah.
That's because there's no shot clock, though.
That's right. So here's Howe getting the ball, and the chains after all this time, the chains fell asleep back over there. Now they're having to move the chains, and do they sprint to do it? No, they just casually walk over there. Haley and company. Ryan Huff goes in motion. Handoff Rattler right up the middle. A lot of room trying to stay on his feet. It does for about 9 yards.
Now get up, hand the ball to the official. Everybody go back to their huddles. And easy, just like that.
Wow, no flags, huh? So ball at the 40. Let's see, now they moved it over from 146 to the other.
And now we got a timeout.
Oh, my goodness. Let's take 1-2. We'll be right back right after this.
Buying and or selling your next home or property should be an enjoyable experience. At Texoma Land and Home Team, our commitment to the personal relationship of each transaction ensures communication you expect, while assuring that we'll be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. This freedom allows us to be fully at your service. Texoma Land and Home Team, Renee Nichols Broker, 903-818-1645. Texoma Land and Home Team for all your real estate needs, 903-818-1645. Buying and or selling your next home or property should be an enjoyable experience. At Texoma Land and Home Team, our commitment to the personal relationship of each transaction ensures communication you expect, while assuring that we'll be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. This freedom allows us to be fully at your service. Texoma Land and Home Team, Renee Nichols Broker, 903-818-1645. Texoma Land and Home Team for all your real estate needs, 903-818-1645.
So rumor in the stands is that Carson Daniels is out maybe for half of next week because he's got 2 personal fouls, and maybe Bryce Crosby as well. I don't know the answer.
Wow.
Second down and about 2 right here. Those are just rumors speculating from the crowd. We don't have that information officially. Second down and 2. Haley wants it. Rattler gets the carry. He's got the first down. Slammed down pretty hard by Ja'Cory Bush. But 5:44 and rolling is the clock, and let's get out of here.
Now, if that rumor is true, you can't appeal those, correct?
I don't know the answer to that.
I thought maybe you could. I thought I remember Coach Jailing doing that last year or a couple years ago, appealing
Yeah, it was Jackson Atkins that got that situation. The kid who's never going to do that.
Yes. And they rescinded it.
I didn't think Carson had another one because I thought the other one was on Bo Stevens.
I'm not sure, but Carson Daniels' father thinks he has 2. Here's a jet sweep coming near side of Ryan Huff, who runs backwards, and he's pushed out of bounds.
I will say the way Carson is acting on the sideline, that would make sense, though. He is not happy.
He and Crosby are conversing right now as the clock rolls at the 5-minute mark.
Well, if that's true, I mean, that's going to be a big loss against a good gunner team, losing 2 of your best defensive players for the first half.
It's a huge loss.
That's not something you take lightly.
Second down and 17 actually for Howe. You know, we said you got to get, we thought maybe it's time to get those kids out of the game. And here's, boy, Rattler is hitting the backfield hard. He goes down quickly. And that's a loss of a couple. It'll be third down and a long way to go here for Howe. But it does keep the clock rolling.
Right now, you're just trying to get out of here without any injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did just talk to Bryce and Carson, and they are out for the rest of the game, but not any game. If they get one more, then it goes into next week. But.
So they're out for this game?
Yes.
Okay, we might try to confirm that with a coach. Here's a swing pass out, a pass caught by Tristan Williams and then dropped immediately. Looked like it might have been a catch and a fumble, but the officials rule it incomplete.
I thought that was going to be a hook and ladder, maybe. I saw it as Tristan caught it, and then Rattler.
It looked like he was going to try to pitch it back. Yeah. Well, the punt team comes in. We were concerned about, getting some of those kids out of the game.
Yeah. You see Crosby's going in now, so maybe.
Well, he's still, he's into the game. Well, what does that mean?
Maybe they were just
coach's decision.
Just to keep it safe, so there wouldn't be problems with the next game.
So
but
we need to find out from a coach what the situation is. If there's any. Here's Cooper Jones punt wobbly kick. I hate to speculate on somebody in that situation, and the ball goes out of bounds. Tristan Williams kills it right before it goes out of bounds at the 29-yard line. And Leonard will have another shot here from their own 29 with 2:54 left to go in the game. Don't forget, we've got coming up right after regulation is the Texas Land and Home Realty Team post-game show. We'll have highlights, stats, And Caroline will have some interviews. Leonard taking a lot of time over there. You know, for Leonard, you know, you think about how ugly it's been in the fourth quarter here in this football game, but think about, you know, Leonard, how they must be feeling after all of this, the penalties, and just coming over here, and it's just not been a pleasant experience at all for the Leonard Tigers, at all. The quarterback isn't quarterback's not even in the game. The freshman quarterback is out. Here's a handoff to Newby, I believe, over right tackle. Let's see, no, it's not Newby. That is Luke Weimer, their running back.
And I'm not sure who they have next week, but you know, this same thing for them. You know, they need to win at least 2 of these games to give themselves a good position in the playoffs.
You know, if you listen to the coaches show, Justin Dozier said, you know, this wasn't the game 1 that we were hoping for. As in, we were hoping Howe was the 0-10 Howe.
Yeah.
And not the soon-to-be 5-1 Howe. Second down, listen to that, 5-1 Howe. Here's a handoff again, Weimer, and he's hit by Ethan Mayo and dropped right at the line of scrimmage at the 32-yard line.
5-1 Howe. When's the last time?
It's been a while. I have to go look at that. Probably the 2016 team.
Yeah.
15 or 16, one of those teams, I'm sure. I know the 2010 team finished 9-1. But you got to go back a ways.
And then next week you go over to Preston Road to Gunner, and you will have your hands full there. I haven't seen a final score on Gunner and Bells.
And what's funny is these juniors and seniors, when they were in 5th grade, and here's a handoff up the middle, and nothing doing there. Is wrestled down, I believe, by Malin Walker, or is that Tank Turner? Tank Turner on the tackle. Yeah, I still see 17-7 in the third quarter for that.
It's been final. Gunner won 24-14,
okay.
and Blue Ridge won 37-6 over Lone Oak.
Okay. Wow.
So Blue Ridge, Gunner, and Howe are 1-0. District.
4th down for Leonard here with about 7 to go to pick up a first down. They need to get to the 39-yard line. Going for it here with 24 seconds on the clock. Now they're going to punt it away. Deep down the field. And wow, what a punt this is with the wind at his back. It's going to trap Howe inside the 5-yard line at the 1. Or it's going to be killed at the 1-yard line. What a punt. What an absolute boomer of a punt. That's a 67-yard punt.
Speaking of boomer, any predictions for tomorrow?
Hey, this has been a great game. I really have enjoyed myself tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I saw someone get a little quiet there.
Blizzard's got something to say about that.
Let's go 55-28 tomorrow.
I like that.
I don't think we can score that much.
Oh, so 55-14.
Yeah, last week was a little bit rough.
Let's just hope it's not like last year, because last year when I win, it was rough.
They're gonna roll. They're gonna go ahead and roll the clock.
They're gonna roll it out. How your Bulldogs have gone from 0-10 to watch us win. Cinderella, you have a date next week. The Howe Bulldogs moved to 5-1 on the season. Let that sink in.
Light it up.
The Howe Bulldogs absolutely dominated, start to finish, the Leonard Tigers tonight. 100% domination, offense and especially defense. Especially defense. 3 points allowed to a team who is averaging 35. That's domination.
I didn't realize that they were averaging that many points, but yeah, this defense is just. I said before, they're playing with an edge. They're playing with an aggressiveness, and I'm just playing real well defensively. And offensively, they're hitting on all cylinders, and they're peaking at the right time as they get ready for Gunner next week. 35-3 is our final score. Let's take a break real quick. We'll come back with our postgame show.
Baker Air Conditioning and Heating has been in business in Howe for over 50 years. They even predate the volleyball program and the marching band. Norman Dickey was the new coach when they opened up. Baker Air Conditioning and Heating has been able to serve the good people of Howe and surrounding areas because, well, they're good people. If you've been told you need expensive repairs, get a second opinion with Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. Call 903-532-6255 or see them at 215 Denny Street. Baker Air Conditioning and Heating.
Austin Haley's coming to the sidelines.
Oh no, let's hope Haley's okay. Caroline, can you get the mic in there?
Coach, I'm starving. I can't keep going.
But you're the starting quarterback.
Coach, I can't help it. I need something quick.
Hang on. Doreen, quick. Go to Sonic, get a burger, tots, and a shake.
Make it an M&M blast.
Doreen, make that an M&M blast. Large.
Coach, I'm sorry, but Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles. It's not just good.
I know, it's Sonic good. Hang on, Doreen, bring me some onion rings. Those things really bring the hammer down.
Hello, this is Rosie the Skunk for Atmos Energy. You might think I make a bad smell, but it's nothing compared to the rotten egg smell of a gas leak, because that could be dangerous. If you think you smell, see, or hear signs of a leak, don't do anything that might cause a spark. Leave immediately. Then call 911 and Atmos Energy. There's no gray area here. When dealing with gas leaks, it's black and white. For more information, visit atmosenergy.com/gas safety.
You're listening to the Texas Land and Home Realty Team Post-Game Show. Now let's go back to the stadium with Caroline Slauson, Justin White, Jake Roberts, and Blake Burnett.
All right, welcome back here, Bulldogs Stadium. Here in Howe, Texas, the Bulldogs celebrate their first district win. They go to 1-0 on the district, 5-1 overall with a 34-3 convincing win over the Leonard Tigers. Justin White alongside Jake Roberts. Caroline Slauson's on the field. Blake Blizzard is up on the roof. Monty Walker is on the field as well. Gonna get a hug with his son and a picture with him. We'll get some interviews here in a second. Coach Brian is talking to the team right now. Blizzard, talk a little bit about the game here. Are you still working on stats right now?
Yeah, give me like 2 minutes.
All right. Jake, you and I will talk here. Was this this is obviously a convincing win. Was it what you expected, or what did you expect coming into this game?
I tell you what, I came into this game not knowing what to expect. And I said before the game, I think it could go any way possible. I said I think Leonard could end up blowing them out. I think Howe could end up blowing Leonard out, or I think it could be a tight game that goes down to the wire. But what we saw was Howe put everything together tonight, and it formulated into just a great overall team win.
Yeah, I was expecting a shootout, and ended up being Howe dominating defensively and then executing offensively.
I tell you what, their defense is really, I did not expect their defense to be what it is, especially the drastic change from what we had last year. It's like we're playing with new players, but they're the same. They've just completely changed.
Let's go with Caroline's with Coach Brian.
Okay, so can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so I don't even really know what to say. This is a I think there was like a feeling of this is a big time. Like, they didn't even score a touchdown. They did not even score a touchdown. What are your thoughts? How are you feeling right now about your team?
We really challenged them all week. We felt like our defense has been playing really well, but we haven't had one of those games where we held people to single digits or shut out. So we really challenged our defense a lot. And we knew that their defense was really good. We felt like that was a strength of their team. And so we challenged our defense to be the better unit. And I think they definitely went out and did that tonight.
Yeah. So big team playing next week. What are your thoughts going into? What are you going to tell the team?
We just worry about us. We're just going to try to keep getting better at what we do, and that's all we're worried about. Right now, we're just worried about savoring this victory tonight. This is a big one. First district win. Everybody picked them to beat us, finish ahead of us. We beat them by freaking 31. Could have beat them by a lot more, and so I'm just proud of these guys, and it was a great performance.
Yeah, it was such a fun game. Congratulations, Coach. I can't wait for next week. Congratulations.
Thank you, Chris.
All right.
Anybody else we're going to try?
I was going to talk to Crosby.
Okay. Carson's over there too. I don't know if
I'm going to talk to him.
I think he's.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Bryce, you are described as playing with your hair on fire. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
So you're going to get the good, you're going to get the bad. Tell me what your mindset is when you're out there. What is your mindset? Are you just like, I'm just going to get him? What are you thinking?
I really try to do what the coaches tell me to do. Sometimes I forget.
Yeah, something.
I don't know. It's just a battle out there.
So you're a passionate player. Where does your passion come from?
I have no idea.
Okay, well, hey, keep doing what you're doing, and congratulations. You guys held this team. They didn't even score a touchdown. What's that mean to you?
Well, I mean, we've done it to other teams, held them low, but considering that they were picked to beat us in every poll, I feel like it really put an exclamation point at the end of the 3 points.
That's right. Feels pretty good, huh? Congratulations. We'll see you next week, Bryce. Let's see who else.
Oh, man, a few words there.
Well, he was taking his tape off his fingers the entire time.
While you're looking for somebody, Blizzard, have you got stats?
Yeah, I'm ready to go on stats.
Okay, it's Caroline. If you want to keep looking at it, and Caroline, I guess just pop on if while Blizzard goes through stats.
We'll start with the 34-3 Howe Bulldog victory. We'll start with quarterback Austin Haley, 18 of 21 passing, 202 yards and a touchdown. He was 16 for his first 16. He also did have an interception tonight, though. He had 12 carries for 62 yards and a touchdown. Cooper Jones had 2 carries for 2 yards and a touchdown. And Antoine Rattler, 20 carries for 102 yards and a touchdown. Cooper Jones, 5 catches for 82 yards and a touchdown. Ryan Huff, 4 catches for 34. Braden Ulmer, 2 for 20. Colin Murphy, 3 for 23. And Antoine Rattler, 1 catch for 10. On defense, the Bulldogs were led by Carson Daniels. Yeah.
Hey, hold on a second. Okay, can we keep going? Okay, keep going. Caroline, I think Caroline.
Caroline, go ahead.
What was that stat you were about to say, Carson?
He had 7 tackles tonight.
7 tackles. Okay, we got Carson right here. Dang, you got some bling on now. So, I'm just going to keep saying it. Y'all held this team to 3 points. What do you feel about your defense right now?
I mean, that was crazy stuff right there. We did we got to prepare for them for 2 weeks, and we did what we needed to do, right? So.
You're a leader of this team. You're a leader of this defense. Senior year, what do you expect from this team going forward?
I expect more. I mean, we're not done right now. We got to keep shutting people out like that and keep scoring like that, and we'll be good.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a fun season. I can't wait for next weekend, and congratulations.
Thank you.
All right.
Is that it tonight for interviews?
Which
is fine. I mean, I didn't know.
You can do Coop. He had 2 touchdowns. He's right there to your right. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
All right, I guess keep going with stats, Blizzard.
All right, I will. We got Bryce Crosby, 6 tackles. Balaam Walker, 6 tackles. Cooper Jones had 6 tackles. Matt Hayes, 4 tackles. Ethan Mayo, 1. Austin Haley had 2 tackles, an interception, and a pass breakup. Tristan Williams, an interception, and Braden Ulmer with an interception, also adding 5 tackles. We'll go to Leonard, who Jacoby LeCook did not play much in the fourth quarter, 105 yards passing with an interception. He added 8 carries for 49 yards. Braden Kramer had 8 carries for 23 yards. He also made a 29-yard field goal, the only scoring for Leonard tonight. Cam Armstrong had 5 carries for 32 yards, also 3 catches for 24. Ethan Richardson, 2 catches for 37, and Jordan Barlange, 1 catch for 42 yards. Leonard on defense was led by Braden Harris, 9 tackles, Russell Murphy, 6, Jacoby Bush, 6, Malik Harris, 4, Randy Slaughter, 3, Ethan Richardson, 3, Mason Underwood, 3, Jordan Barlange, 1, Remy Watt, 1, and Mason Rogers, 1, and Jacoby LeCook, 3. And Cameron Armstrong had an interception for Leonard as well.
All right, thank you, Blizzard. We're going to take a break, pay some bills, so we'll come back here in just a minute with the Texoma Land and Realty Team postgame show.
Buying and or selling your next home or property should be an enjoyable experience. At Texoma Land and Home Team, our commitment to the personal relationship of each transaction ensures communication you expect, while assuring that we'll be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. This freedom allows us to be fully at your service. Texoma Land and Home Team, Renee Nichols Broker, 903-818-1645. Texoma Land and Home Team for all your real estate needs, 903-818-1645.
Independent Financial is proud to support Howe ISD and their hardworking students, teachers, and staff. We share your vision for a brighter tomorrow and a championship season. For every challenge, Independent Financial has you covered. Our team can suggest a wide range of financial products to make your personal banking fast and easy. Plus, we have the know-how to deliver the game-changing business banking solutions. Independent Financial, your community in your corner. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Who's your local plumber? Brother Plumber. It's good to know someone local and someone you can trust when your home or office drops the ball.
Main line break, 15 yards.
Brother Plumber is plumb professional and serves not only Howe, but also all of Grayson County. And you can save yourself 10% if you mention Go Bulldogs. Visit us online at brotherplumber.com. We'd love to help. Brother Plumber is one call away at 469-968-4487. Visit us online at brotherplumber.com. Remember, Go Bulldogs.
Hi, this is Matt Linder with Linda Hamill Insurance. Your home field is where everything happens. And I'm not talking about Bulldog Stadium. We're talking about your home, your car, and your life. For over 30 years, we've been offering bundled discounts on home, auto, and life. We offer Germania and Progressive Insurance Protection, as well as many others to suit your needs. Call us today at 903-965-4098 or come by and see us at 106 North Broadway in Bells, Texas. That's 903-965-4098.
Okay.
You're listening to the Texas Land and Home Realty Team Post-Game Show. Now let's go back to the stadium with Caroline Slauson, Justin White, Jake Roberts, and Blake Burnett.
All right, welcome back here at Bulldog Stadium in Howe, Texas.
All right, so I've got Jesus Garcia. He's been waiting a while, y'all. So you got your first start today, tonight. Had a great game. How are you feeling? I know you got a headache, but how are you feeling after this win?
I'm real happy. I got tears of joy. I'm just happy.
So what was it like? How were you nervous getting your first start, or what was going on?
A little bit. I was a little nervous, but then after the first few hits, I was warm and everything. I was just ready to go and just hit. Since the beginning, I was I'm ready to hit. I'm ready to hit. I'm ready to play and everything.
Yeah, we could tell. It was a great game to watch. How are you feeling about next week? You ready?
Oh yeah, I'm ready. It don't matter if they're big enough. I'll still take them. I'll give them 100% at all.
I love it. All right. Well, congratulations and have a good one.
And he gets tackled by Bo Stevens and Aiden Burris.
Nice.
Great job, Caroline. It's our Night Furniture sideline reporter down there. I heard we did stats. What else did we do? Are we ready for highlights? And
I
get
think
out
I'm
of
ready
here?
for highlights and let's get home.
All right. Let's go ahead and run through them if we can. We will start at the beginning. How about that? Start up top. Maybe we'll get off to a better start.
we got it this time.
All right. So Howe lost the coin toss. Leonard took the ball to start the game. Started at their own 25 and quickly went out. Howe's defense came to play tonight. Forced a punt on the very first possession. Howe took it at their own 41-yard line, drove 12 plays, 59 yards, and Austin Haley got Howe on the board with a 1-yard touchdown run. Howe led 7-0 after the Jonathan Garcia extra point. 6:25 left to go in the first. Leonard was forced to punt again, and then Howe took the ball, drove down the field a little bit, but Colin Murphy was charged with a fumble, although KXII clearly showed that his knee was down. Leonard got a break there, but they turned it over on downs after a drop pass. And Howe took it at their own 30-yard line and then drove 8 plays, 70 yards, capped it off with a 33-yard touchdown on a Haley's Comet to Jones. And then Howe led 14-0 at that point, left 10 seconds on the first quarter clock. Gave it to Leonard with the wind at their back at their own 32 and drove 10 plays, 57 yards. And Howe made a defensive stand at the goal line again, pushed them back. A Crawford Beebe penalty really got Leonard off the board there. They were about to punch it in, looked like, and offsides on Beebe pushed them back, and they had settled for a 29-yard field goal by Braden Kramer. And that made it 14-3 with 7:12 left to go in the second quarter. Howe took it at their own 25-yard line, drove 10 plays, 75 yards, and cashed in on a 10-yard touchdown by Austin Haley. And it was 20-3. Garcia missed the PAT, but Howe with a commanding lead right there. 2:10 left to go in the second quarter. Leonard with another shot to try to score that drove 8 plays, but all the way down the field and fired a missile into the end zone. And that ended the scoring for the first half. Howe took a 20-3 lead into the dressing room. Moving on over to the third quarter, Howe took possession on the very first drive at the 41-yard line of Leonard after they attempted a onside kick and were unsuccessful and got a penalty on top of that. It was a 1-yard touchdown by Cooper Jones. It was the Wild Dog, which capped off a 6-play, 59-yard drive, resulting in a 27-3 Howe lead with 9:56 left to go in the third. Leonard was forced to punt on their next possession. Howe started at the 42-yard line and drove 7 plays and then were intercepted by Cam Armstrong. And then later on, Leonard took it at the 20-yard line, turned it over on downs. Howe took it from their 30, and they ended a 4-play, 30-yard drive with a 1-yard touchdown run by Rattler. 34-3, Howe led with 10 seconds left to go in the third. Leonard's next possession was at the 10:46 mark, and man, it was just penalty after penalty after penalty after penalty and after penalty, and that was it. And no more scoring. 34-3. Howe could have scored, and so I think Leonard could have too, but tempers got to everyone in the fourth quarter, and there were flags and ejections, I believe, and it just got to be really ugly. So next week, Howe and Cinderella perhaps have a dance Friday night over in G-Town. What do you think about that option?
Yeah, I mean, the Bulldogs are playing. I mean, you're peaking at the right time. You're playing with a lot of confidence. I mean, you almost the pressure can be really on Gunner, to keep everything up.
So where does this move Howe in the rankings? I mean, they've been 20 points behind Leonard the whole time. Leonard was ranked 30. I think Howe was 50. I mean, does Howe jump all the way to 30? I mean, this was a commanding win. This wasn't a overtime win against Leonard. This was from start to finish, bring your toilet paper kind of win.
Yeah, I don't know if it moves them to 30. This moves them into the 30s. It's got to. I mean, this was a dominating win against a good team. They were 4-1 coming into this game.
But none of that really rankings don't matter in high school football. It's kind of fun to talk about. I mean, but the biggest thing about this night is it moves you 1-0 in district play, knowing that Gunner and Bells are right around the corner. And had this team lost tonight and be sitting goose eggs in 3, needing to win 2 to finish out the season and try to make a playoff. And, if they lost this game, everything would have changed. Everything would have changed. I mean, let's face it. I mean, as far as us, I mean, the players, they believe they can beat Gunner, and they should, because they're really good. And they feel like they can beat Bells, and they should, because they're really good. The pundits are going to say there's no way you're going to do that. You're going to be 0-3. But this eliminates all of that. So even if you do lose the next 2, you really need to win 1, and if you get some help from somebody else, that's it. But you need to, you got your 15 points here. You go down to Blue Ridge, and if you can win that, by 15 or so, you're in the playoffs basically. So hats off to the Howe Bulldogs. What an outstanding game tonight performance. Congratulations to Coach Bryan and his staff. Just boy, this turnaround has been something special, and it's been on a speed train, hasn't it?
It really has. I mean, aside from the Commerce game, a little speed bump there, they've been able to kind of correct the mistakes where there's still the penalties still need to be worked out, but they offensively and defensively, they're hitting on all cylinders. They're doing exactly what they need to do at this point. And this is the best possible outcome you could have going into Gunner as far as the way the team is playing right now.
You're talking about a team who has they're about 5 turnovers away from being 6-0.
Really, they really are.
The Commerce game. And that's a very winnable game looking back. And we knew it that night. They scored 42 points, even given 5 turnovers.
This Leonard team beat that Commerce team.
Yeah. We're going to call it a night here. It's been a great one. It's been fun. Appreciate everyone who's been a part of it. Thank you for listening. For Jake Roberts, for Justin White, for Caroline Slauson, for Blake Burnett. So long, everybody. I'm Monty Walker.
You've been listening to the Texas Land and Home Realty Team post-game show. Howe Bulldogs football is a product of Studio 42. The full replay of the game will be available within minutes on this same link on YouTube and HoweEnterprise.com. Howe Bulldogs football is brought to you by Scoggins Funeral Home, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, Independent Financial, GC Easy, Sonic of Howe. Also brought to you by Michelle Castle Guild Mortgage, Atmos Energy, Corey Hernandez State Farm, Rapid Electric, Brother Plumber, Attorney Micah Belden. Also brought to you by Howe Athletic Booster Club, Linda Hamill Insurance, Michelle Carney Photography, Hit Exteriors LLC, TechWave, Night Furniture, Bullard Construction. Also brought to you by All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights, Texoma Land and Home Realty Team, Don's Smokehouse, Goodfellas Barbershop.
Turn out the lights. The party's over.